Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hey, good morning. Uh-oh.
What?
There you go.
There you go.
You lip synced good morning in my ear.
Oh.
I didn't know. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Long. I think if this is a Glasses Wednesday or a Glasses-less. Yeah, I can't do it. I know. I've been trying. I really have, because
His glasses.
I get on my son. my second born has contacts, which are not cheap, and he doesn't like to wear them, and so I feel hypocritical because I'm supposed to wear glasses and not wearing them, and then telling him to. But I think it's different with me. And here's why. Because I can see you perfectly, but it's the far away stuff. So what am I supposed to do? Just wear them all the time? That doesn't make any sense.
Just keep everything close to you.
Everything close to your heart?
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. We had we watched our match yesterday afternoon online, and our guy got red carded 20 minutes into the match for either purposely, according to the ref, or accidentally pulling some guy's hair. True story. His name's Alfie May, and Alfie may or may not. I think he did it accidentally. He had the other player very long braids, and our player was going to try to grab his shoulder while they were running to slow him down, and his hand got caught up in the hair, and that's an instant red card. And so in soccer, if you get sent off with a red card or two yellows that make a red, it's like two technical fouls, you get ejected.
Two yellows don't make a red.
I know. Yellow and blue make green. Two yellows don't make a red. If they did, we'd all be scared some mornings. And then you can't replace the player. You have to play a man down, which is hilarious if you think about applying that to American sports.
Like hockey?
Does hockey do that?
No.
They do, right? Yeah.
Well, sort of.
Don't they?
It's sort of. You don't lose them for the entire game.
Oh, no. Yeah, they go in the penalty box or whatever. Yeah. But imagine if Draymond Green got ejected in the third quarter and the Warriors had to play 4-on-5 the rest of the game. I don't think that would work. But I have actually, I do think it's worth a conversation in basketball. I would present it to you like this. Tactical foul on Jason Ross for fighting as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, I don't know if they'd have a penalty box or not, but you have to go sit on the bench, let's say, and you cannot be replaced for a minute of game time. Not timeouts, none of that, a minute of game time. Or actually, it'd probably be 2 minutes because the other team could just hold for the 24-second clock. But you whatever arbitrary amount of minutes it is, the other team has to play 4-on-5 until, let's just call it 3 minutes for a technical. And then if that person gets a second technical, it's 5 minutes. So every technical, and if you got a technical and then Chris got a technical, you're playing 3-on-5 for at least a little bit. I'm not entirely sure that wouldn't work.
Well, I think isn't the penalty already that if your team gets the technical, the other team gets to shoot a free throw or two?
Yeah, take that away. No more free throws. You get to play 5-on-4. Your reward is you get to play 5-on-4 for 3 minutes. I'm just saying, I know it's different. I know it's not how we do things. I understand that. But I don't know that wouldn't be interesting.
Well, it'd be interesting for a while, but then I think after a while we go, yeah, the team that has the 4 players, probably right what you're saying. They're probably going to chew up all 24 seconds, take a bad shot, and just try to limit the possessions while that's – I mean, I guess which is what hockey does when people are trying to protect, man down, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it might make for 3 minutes of boring basketball, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, for during that 3 minutes, the team that had the one less player, their shot clock became 15 seconds.
Draymond wouldn't be as rich.
I wonder if that would actually reduce that. I wonder, because my whole thing is, okay, so now there's no technicals, or there's very few. A technical is actually a really big freaking deal. Because honestly, a point? I mean, it can be a big deal, but is it really?
Well, if you get a second one and you're out, that player being out's a big deal.
True. So anyways, 20 minutes into the match, the good guys are down a man, playing 10-on-11. So now we're all thinking, okay, well, maybe we can get a draw out of this thing, a tie, which I know you love, Jason. And then at one point, our team captain, who is a defender, not necessarily a scorer, big dude named Ryan Ledson.
Letty.
All Letty. They misplace a pass, the other team does, and he gets it right before the midline of the field, the half court, for lack of a better term. And he just boots it, and the other goalie was playing far up. And it was he boots it from half court, and the other goalie's running back, falls down. Goal. Goals. They called it the goal of the season, Jason.
Who's they?
And the dare I say, the national announcers, not even our own biased announcers, the national announcers called it the goal of the season. And that score held up. So 2 matches, 2 wins while I'm out of town.
Well, goal of the season, therefore win of the season?
Saturday was probably the win of the season because it was against these rivals. And also, by the way, this is the second match in a row we've had a player ejected. But since you asked,
Sounds like the coach has a discipline problem.
The coach's first match after we fired the last coach was last Saturday. So far, the new coach is 2-0, beating 2 really good teams, and has in each game had a player ejected. Here's the audio, since you asked, by the way. Here you go. Here's the audio. Never mind, there's no audio. So anyways, super exciting, Jason. Yeah, super exciting. But then the Kings game happened.
That
was super exciting for a while.
I guess. I thought that game was a rough watch. I thought the Knicks were terrible in the game.
I only say that because it was close.
Yeah, it was closer than the final score, to be honest. But that was not a great basketball game.
No, and the Kings lost.
Yep. But that's what you wanted.
I don't like saying that.
Oh, well, wait. Oh, so you wanted them to win?
You just want them to tank, but you don't want them to lose.
Yeah, that's it.
I want them. What's a good analogy here?
Better find it.
Okay, let's compare the Sacramento Kings to my daughter. This is a good one.
Dave loves LA. Dave loves it.
in the large scheme of things, of course, I wanted my daughter to study hard and get good grades and go to a good university. And I guess eventually I want her to find a good man and marry and have kids and live a happy life. Like as a dad, I want those things for my daughter. I really, truly do. But in the moment, having her move away is super painful. Being without her, super painful. Writing that check every month, super painful. And then when she gets into dating and bloody blue, that is going to be absolutely mind-numbing. And then, God forbid, the day I'm making a toast at the wedding and I got to trust some jamoke over there to take care of my daughter for the rest of her life, which, by the way, is my job so far. And I got to say, it's your turn now,
I personally
buddy.
think your daughter is strong enough to take care of herself.
Well, that's your opinion. So I got to trust some ding-dong to, bad choice of words, I got to trust some other guy to take care of my daughter for the rest of her life. In the moment, these are some of the toughest things I've ever had to do in my life. Say goodbye to my daughter and have her be down there and not with me, and or getting married and all that stuff. Those are going to be terribly painful things. But in the big scheme of things, I know that it's what I want for her, and in the long run is hopefully the best road for her to take. So that's my daughter, who I love very much. Now, here's the difference. I've known the Sacramento Kings a lot longer than I've known my daughter. A lot longer. I've been a fan of the Kings more. Dare I say, I'm not going to say I love the Kings more than I love my own child. I'm also not going to not say that either. That's a discussion for a different day. But I'd certainly have known the Kings actually exactly 20 years longer than I've known my daughter. A little more, actually. So in the long run, yes, I want the Kings to get good draft picks. I want them to draft correctly. I want them to not take shortcuts and eventually be a sustained contender that wins championships. But in the moment, they're doing things that are very painful and tough to deal with, even if I know they're or hope they're for the greater good. Actually, I think that is an airtight analogy.
So you would rather the Kings get a ring before your daughter?
Well,
so right now you're hoping that loss to the Knicks was the Kings moving in with the new guy.
I think that's a little, no, that's too much. I think the loss to the Knicks is a nice date, or we don't have to focus on the guy, by the way. We can do college. I think
so it's a nice date. So you liked last night's outcome.
I think the guy part, Chris, I think you're crossing swords here.
Whoa.
I think we're still in the going to college phase of the Kings rebuild. So,
like a reading date.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Meeting at the library, accomplishing two things at once.
You guys are so focused on the dating, and I'm saying we're in the school part of things. Take the dating away. We're not there yet.
Okay, so just getting their number.
Again, dating. Okay, let's call the dating marriage part of this. They've made some draft picks and are on their way to championship contention. Okay, we're not there yet. We're still at university. So last night was more about like, oh, she got a really good grade on that test.
Last night was finally sliding into those DMs.
No, and let's not use that terminology when talking about my daughter either. Oh. Let's focus on you keep going back to the dating. Last night was she had a really good study hall with her classmates, and she's going to ace this test coming up. See, there's no dating involved in that. It's all school. See how I did that? So that's where we're at in this rebuild. Gets a good draft pick. That means she got equivalent. She got a great report card, but she could get a bad report card in the next semester. Like, doesn't mean we're there yet.
So when does it move on from the school part to the dating part?
I think, okay, school to dating over to the Kings analogy would be, all right, we're basically 2 seasons from now. We've got Darren Peterson and Foster McGonkey, who's our number 2 pick next year. And we've made a couple of, Keegan's kind of the team leader. And Peterson was the rookie of the year. And, man, McGonkey looks amazing. Like Foster McGonkey of the Wisconsin McGonkeys.
Yes, of course.
And we're and people are starting to say, like, hey, this team, and let me try to find an equivalent here. I think Detroit isn't correct. What is a team that's starting to look Atlanta, maybe? Atlanta? Okay. I think Atlanta might be. They're not in Detroit land yet where they're a 1 or 2 seed, but people are saying, like, hey, Atlanta's making some good moves. They've got some good young players. Oh, Trey Young's gone. Like they're making some smart moves. That now I think we move into okay, because like Detroit's like, hey, I want to bring Johnny home to meet you guys, and we've been dating for a few months. Like that's Detroit right now.
Okay.
And
well, that only happened in 2 years.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen in 2 years in real life with my kid, but we time is a construct here, Jason. Like I can't do the time thing.
Okay.
But like Oklahoma City is like, I'm a grandpa. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the far end.
Yeah.
Of it. So
that's interesting. You've always wanted to. You're so tightly connected to Sam Presti.
Huh. Oh yeah, Uncle Sam.
Grandpa Sam.
Grandpa Sam. So I think we're in the freshman year, early freshman year of the rebuild. And nights like last night, of course, I don't want them to, I'm not rooting for them to lose. I don't like seeing it. I'm not enjoying it. But also it's like, I don't like my daughter calling me and asking me for advice on certain things, and I'm not enjoying that, but I'm also really happy she's doing it and she trusts me like that. And I also hope that it's going in a good direction for her long term. And that's basically the Kings rebuild in a nutshell.
Okay. Now we're there.
We're there. Well, we got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So yeah, last night wasn't a blast. And really it seemed like the Knicks were just playing with their food a little bit.
I didn't see the food, but yes, I know what you mean.
Campeo says that my ring is constantly on different fingers. No, it's not. It's always on this finger. So I don't know if there's a.
What's the update? How are the numbers?
Oh, let's see. The Oura Ring numbers for the day. I think they're actually really good because I got some good sleep last night. I hadn't been getting too much sleep, but I have not looked yet. Ooh, sleep score 79.
Yeah, you get to start the show at 9. Must be pretty.
It is actually really nice starting the show at 9. Well done, Chris. 7 hours and 20 minutes of sleep.
Quality.
That's unheard of. Hour 57 of REM sleep, 44 minutes of deep sleep. Restfulness was good. Efficiency 85%. I only have 5 hours and 40 minutes of sleep debt for the week. So, what sleep debt? I don't know, man. What the hell is sleep debt here? Your sleep debt is high right now. I don't know what the hell that means, dude. Whatever. I hope there's no interest on the sleep debt. I'm 72% ready for the day. I've hit 85% of my activity for the day. I took a walk.
Take a walk here.
Take a walk. Hey, I'm walking here. So the Kings do their thing. They're gone, and it was nice. We all went out to dinner last night.
And?
Talked about the San Francisco Giants.
Interesting.
How they used to be the New York Giants.
Oh, yeah, when they're in town?
Yeah, when they're in town. We like to have that conversation. We did that, and that's about it. I'm about done with cold weather.
Ah, Mr. Cold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately, the East Coast is not done with cold weather. But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why these people choose to live here full time.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
Well, you've got that very specific temperature range that pleases you with weather.
Yeah, but when it's like right now it's currently 14, dude. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but if you're in England, that means it would be -6.
I think you're about right. Saturday's low will be 1. 1. Hey, what's the temperature outside, Bonnie? 1. Like, who does that? Who goes, this is where I want to live?
Well, I got an update from my friend in Indianapolis where it's -5.
Hey, it rained here.
It did.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Warmed it up. It was actually warmer coming in today. I go, hey, it's a little bit warmer.
Are we allowed to say, like, are we done saying, hey, man, we needed that? Like, don't we?
It wasn't
not
that much
need
rain.
it?
No, yeah, it barely rained.
But I'm just saying in general, like, don't we not need the rain anymore? Isn't the drought, like, the drought's been over, but like, didn't I see some map the other day that showed, like, it was like for the first time in decades, all of California is in the green.
That
Like,
I don't
no
know.
drought.
But yeah, I know we haven't had the like dry winters for years in a row, but I don't know. Have we had that much rain this year?
I don't know.
We had a bunch early on, and that was about it.
Yeah.
There's always, isn't there a time in like March or something where somebody, like some facility, some state office goes up and checks the snowpack?
Oh,
And that's
probably
really
sooner
where-
than that. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, that's where we know. Like, that's where we know if we're, if we're in or out of it. They check the snowpack. So,
How's your snowpack?
yeah, it's your snowpack. It's a -4 right now in Fargo. How about that? How about that life? What are you doing today? Trying to stay alive?
Staying in, avoiding the out.
Just no. I will say this. I would rather deal with Sacramento heat than -7, -4.
Oh.
No, that there are limits, dude. There are limits. Also, funny enough, you're not going to believe me when I say this, but it's on the internet, so I know it's true. This morning, at one point, it was colder in Orlando than it was in Juneau, Alaska.
That doesn't seem right, but okay.
And
Why?
like,
What was the
it was
temps?
it was 33 degrees in Juneau and 32 in Orlando.
Okay.
Oh, that's lizard falling temperatures.
Yeah.
That would be the worst moment in my life if I was walking down the street and a lizard fell on top of me.
Oh, yep, same. Nope.
Hey, it's
Nope.
47 here.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's not bad. If a lizard fell on me, I would be like, it would be like, what was the movie where Chris Farley was screaming about the bats? And it's like, he looked at me. Like
Black sheep.
Black sheep. That's what it would be. I would be running around.
Ironically, I watched that yesterday.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
When I was in Europe last weekend, I took a screenshot. I forgot to read to you guys. It was from some guy named Nick Jones in Sheffield, England. You know, like you write in comments to the editor or whatever. They still do that over there in some of the papers. And it says, when people talk about David Beckham, they always say that he's a brilliant footballer, but thick as two short planks. You never hear anyone saying that Stephen Hawking is a genius, but crap at football, do you? As usual, it's one rule for England captains and another for theoretical quantum physicists. And I'm trying to think, is there a point there?
I don't know what the point is.
Soccer players are stupid.
Or theoretical physicists suck at sports? Like, why don't we care about that? Why do I care if a soccer player's stupid if he's good? But I don't sit there and go, oh, well, Stephen Hawking, amazingly smart, sucks at soccer, dude.
I'm
So
guessing
you
it's
really-
like you wouldn't want to take advice from a stupid person.
Yeah, but I also wouldn't want to take soccer lessons from Stephen Hawking.
So there's that.
Rest in peace. Stephen Hawking, not David Beckham.
Oh, okay, good.
Good movie.
Bend it?
No, well, yeah, but also the Stephen Hawking one came out a few years ago, won some Oscars and stuff.
You saw it?
It was I think it starred the same guy that played in one of the Harry Potter movies that came out after like The Secrets of Dumbledore or whatever.
Eddie Redmayne.
I know you like Harry Potter.
Yeah, Eddie Redmayne. Wow. What, Jason? What a pull! Did you see that movie?
No.
How did you pull Eddie Redmayne off of the clues I gave when you haven't seen either movie?
I think I remember hearing that Eddie Redmayne played Stephen Hawking. So that's the only way I knew that.
What did he play him in? Not soccer.
No, that's what he did actually.
No,
the soccer years.
That's how he got Stephen Hawking. The soccer years.
Yes.
That sounds like a Disney show. We'll take a break. We have a great show lined up for you today. Life coach, also coaches basketball, also a former Sacramento King, also still alive in our Survivor celebrity pool, unlike Christopher Lott, who was never in it. Jim Less. He will join us at 6:44. We've got Kings Rewind at 7:43. Hey, Kate Christensen, she's going to join us at 9 a.m. to analyze the Kings, and I'm sure she is having a blast on this road trip. And so much more. Was Bill Belichick snubbed? Blah, blah, blah. What are the Raiders doing? And we got a lot of questions for you today. So, hey, get comfy, get cozy, maybe peel an orange in the morning. I don't know. Do something fun. We're going to have 4 hours, or should I say 3.5 hours of sports talk coming at you next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit revivemenshealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. What's happening, Chad, for the Start Something New sales event?
There's no better way to start the year than in a new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab. And right now you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP or save thousands with 0% financing for 60 months and still get the $7,000 Hoblet discount.
Wow. I love that you still have 0% financing available and that you still get the Hoblet discount.
That's why Hoblet has won dozens of customer service awards. And as a fifth-generation dealer, when you buy from Hoblet, you become part of the family. You will not find a better combination of savings and selection with over 400 new Rams available.
Search, select, and save through the whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after 7,000 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 select inventory cash on select inventory, 1,000 SFS bonus cash, must finance through Stellantis, and 500 on-the-job upfit, must show eligible upfit. 5 of this net savings, see dealer for details.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The Carmichael Dave Show with
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Is this my connection, or was that rejoiner weird?
It was weird.
Okay.
I felt like it edited my name out.
Yeah, what's that? If you're going to edit somebody's name out, edit my name out.
You're going to edit someone's name out. Edit Dave's name out.
Yeah. Just like our big boss edited your name out in our big meeting last week. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because we're all in the back like, what are you looking at me for? I'm on your side.
Are you? You know
Yes.
the look I try to give Chris
That was pretty low.
Yes.
through you? I'm giving you the look through you.
I spoke up for you.
When?
Mentally. That you got to remember, that was Pick on Dave Day.
Was it?
Dave was just like, oh, man, you know that feeling when the boss keeps talking about how good of a job you're doing all the time?
That's not what he said. Oh, yeah, he did. But before that, it was other things. Doug picked on me. Boss picked on me.
I will say the big boss's big boss did make fun of Dave.
Thank you. Wait a minute. Big boss is big boss. Wait. The one with the okay, hold on. Are you talking about the big boss that was in town that has the
Yes.
two first? He made fun of me too?
Wait, 2 first names?
No, not 2 first names. His first and last name start with the same letter.
Yes.
When did he make fun of me? That never got to me.
About you going to England. He said it to your face.
What did he say?
He said, oh, wow, it's so surprising that we get you here, saying that you're going to England. Wish I can go and see the football team that I own in Europe.
That's right, he did.
Oh, wait, what did he say? What was the thing that he said? Oh, yeah, now I remember.
I didn't remember.
Oh.
Now I remember. I had probably blocked it out. Same, but my point remains. Doug Christie, big boss, big boss, audience, I'm sure at some point, listeners.
Me.
Chris. Jose. I literally had 3 generations of bosses just crap on me. And the coach of the Sacramento Kings. And Jason, you literally the biggest insult you got was that your name wasn't mentioned, like that by a boss.
And then
my name was.
And you bring it up
What?
when I never was there to. I wasn't a part of any of those insults for you.
No, I know. I'm just saying, we brought it up because we had your back.
Yeah, I heard Chris bring it up. You're right.
Chris brought it up on text. That doesn't count. Where am I looking here? Derek in Tacoma there's a text on the chat line that is weird to me. Speaking of weird.
Gross.
My weird cat is excited for the Rooster Expo coming up soon. What does that even mean? And how does his cat know there's a Rooster Expo coming?
Oh, cats know.
Do they?
Yeah.
They can sense when roosters are present or coming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, more on that later. In the meantime, the Sacramento Kings took on the New York Knicks. And, they call it the Mecca of all basketball, Jason.
I'm not sure about that.
No. What would you nominate another arena as the Mecca of basketball?
Golden One.
Okay, that is a correct answer.
Yeah.
I was wondering where you were going. If they still had the Boston Garden, I would actually nominate that, but now it's the TD Garden and it's new and you don't have the old parquet.
Arco.
Remember parquet was margarine?
Yeah. Parquet.
Do you remember the commercial?
Uh-huh.
Where the lid would lift up and go parquet. Butter. Yeah.
I can't believe it's not butter.
You know what? It's funny. I can, Fabio.
Oh, wow. Fabio.
Ooh. Is it Fabio?
I think so.
Chris knows.
I always knew it as Fabio.
Fabio. I think you're right. I think it's Fabio. Maybe it's Fabio.
Fabio.
Kings played the Knicks last night. Old friend Mike Brown. By the way, how long does that? Do you just do that for one season? Old friend Mike Brown.
Friend.
Wow.
Wow.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Mike Brown. Wait, did we have Mike Brown on ever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Friend of the show.
Oh, wait. You don't remember.
I literally have no memory of Mike Brown coming on. I remember like media day, Mike Brown. Yeah, I don't. But did he come?
Yeah,
on
he never
as a
like
guest
called in
ever?
or anything.
No,
like
but he
that.
came on the media day. We had him. You know, Alan has said that we stole him.
Alan. That's like the one thing Alan has done in his all-time career that actually upset me more than anything. Yeah. Alan never upsets me, but that really hurt my feelings.
He upsets me when he acts like a only child and says, "How come you don't give me this? I want food. Give it to me."
That's a great Alan.
We were literally we were having long-form discussions trying to make sure Alan got taken care of.
Yeah.
Giving up prime guests for Alan.
Yeah.
And then Alan says, "You guys stole some guests from me."
Right. And it's like
hoarded, I believe is what he said.
Kept moving people over. It's like, look, to be fair to Alan, we should probably give them this guest and then this guest and then this guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he says we were hoarding guests. Yeah. And then I feel like channeling my dad and being like, "Fine, next time we'll show you hoarding guests."
Don't be
You're gonna end up with Slamson. Well, Jason, it wasn't a pretty game as you mentioned earlier, but it was one of the basketball games of all time.
It was, and let's listen back to how some of that played out early on with the rookie Nick Clifford.
He barely ripples the netting. The rookie from Colorado, Nick Clifford from downtown, makes it a 12-9 Kings lead.
Stop the count. Kings lead by 3.
It's over.
But by the end of the quarter, it was not so pretty because one guy who the Kings have had problems with when he was here, and certainly last night keeping him off the boards, Mitchell Robinson.
Extra pass broken up by the Kings, but Shamet gets it back. It's blocked and scoring on the offensive rebound. Put back is Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
Hey, how about another rookie? Dylan Cardwell.
Kicks to the corner to Westbrook. Throws inside, uncovered Cardwell. Cardwell with a two-hand rip. Well done by Dylan Cardwell. Terrific entry pass for the assist from Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, so the Kings were down 10 early. They were starting to chip away. And believe it or not, by right before the half, they got the lead because the guy, Dave, that was cooking, like Alan would say, all game long was DeMar DeRozan.
Here's a launch by the Kings. It's good. And the Kings have taken the lead at 51-50. DeMar DeRozan just knocked down the 3 ball. He's got 22 points.
That's a good half, 22 and a half.
That's on pace for 45, 44.
Okay.
I thought you said 22 and a half. That's why I did that. You said 22 and a half.
He did have 22 and a half points. Yes, on pace for 45. All right, third quarter, the Kings were still tied up.
There's a ball fake from Anunoby and a pass. It's stolen. Another New York turnover. This is Clifford driving. Reverse. Scores it. This game is tied at 72 apiece. Sacramento feasting on turnovers they're creating here.
Yeah, third quarter was just sloppy. Turnover after turnover each side. So we go to the fourth. Kings trying to stay close. And the Kings could not make threes all night long, but finally Russell Westbrook would.
Achua to Sabonis. Sabonis with a left-hand dribble. Goes to Westbrook. Left corner 3. He's got the bucket. 14 for Westbrook. It's 87-83, and the Kings get just their 5th triple in 28 attempts.
So here we go. Crunch time. Crunch time, Dave. How would this go? Well, the Knicks have Jalen Brunson.
Brunson creeping forward. Dribbles between the legs, steps to the right elbow, launches, scores 2 more. It's Brunson time at the Garden.
So from a 5-point game, it's now 10, and then the Knicks put it away.
All in the paint, turned over by Sacramento on the run out. Here comes Anunoby. Might as well, I was going to say fire up the jet, but we're not taking the jet tonight. Warm the buses up. 12-2 Knicks run. Doug Christie just called his final timeout. We got 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, and it's all New York now as things have unraveled for the Kings.
Hey, there's your jump around music.
There it is. They do that.
Yep. And so the bus to Philly, we'll have to ask Katie what they, how they spent their time on the bus, but here's the final call.
Final seconds tick away, and for a 6th consecutive time here at the Garden, the New York Knicks have defeated the Sacramento Kings. And they atone for a loss 2 weeks ago in California when Sacramento prevailed in that one, 112-101. Final score in this one is 103-87.
And there you go. Couldn't sweep the Knicks.
Chris, not to put you on the spot, but I will. Hey, can you grab that? Would it take you a long time to grab that Dylon drop that you have?
Yeah.
Let me hear it real quick. It would take you a while? Okay. Yeah, tough game. Tough game, but here we are. And the Kings lost. They now have, they're tied for the longest losing streak actively in the NBA right now. Jason, your thoughts?
Who are they tied with?
They are tied with,
because I know Washington had that, but they won yesterday.
Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. Okay.
Brooklyn.
I don't see how that could be the longest. Seattle hasn't won in like 20 years.
They also haven't lost in like 20 years, Chris.
Oh, they lost.
Have we ever gone back and checked to see what the Sonics ended their final season like? Had they won or lost? Because then they ended up, if their last game was a loss, then yeah, I guess this is the longest running losing streak. Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Wow. Campeo doesn't want us to talk about he says Sactown Sports is the home of the Kings. But can we talk about something else than the trade deadline? I asked him what, and he said, I don't know, Super Bowl, baseball, local athletes, Sharks. I'm fixated on local athletes. I want Campeo to construct me a sample local athlete segment that he thinks would be interesting to the audience. Like a local athlete profile.
Yeah. Well, you ask, Campeo will come through with that.
Well, then I'll just talk about we did earlier. We talked about, I mentioned my son, local athlete.
Yeah. Made good.
Yeah. Made good. Red hair. Sweet jumper.
Some nights.
Doesn't put his socks in his dirty clothes hamper.
Streak shooter.
Yeah, very streaky, Jason Ross.
Hey, Dave, that day, Seattle's final game, they were at home. Yeah. They beat the 50-win Dallas Mavericks.
Ooh.
And then they went to Golden State and also won.
Oh, did they after that?
Really? So they have the longest winning streak in NBA history.
Yeah.
2?
Well, no.
Yes.
20 years.
Yeah, they have not lost in 20 years, Chris. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, they're hot.
Okay, I know we got a break, but can I ask, because I kind of have a feeling neither of you have thought this way. Well, this is only something that happened in my head. Have either of you ever thought about if Chris Hansen had been successful and he and Steve Ballmer and the Nordstrom brothers had bought the Kings and they'd moved to Seattle in 2013? Do you think they would have won a championship by now?
No.
Do you think they would have been consistently in the playoffs? Or do you think it would be just like the same? It's just the franchise.
I don't think it'd be the same, but
yeah, you think they'd have a better overall record over the last 13 years?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Wasn't Phil Jackson going to go there? Was that a thing, or was that just a me thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think they were doing everything possible to make it the most torturous for Kings fans.
Ugh.
I think they were getting Robert Horry in some way.
The most torturous, I think, would have been that their first coach would have been Rick Adelman.
Oh.
With
Phil Jackson.
With Phil Jackson as his assistant. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, it's our favorite. It's a life coach, basketball coach, and so much more. UC Davis head coach Jim Less joins us on the program for his weekly segment next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Hey there, Mark and Tom, the travel and entertainment guys, brought to you by Sports Leisure Vacations. Time for our weekly travel tip, and with it, here's Mark.
I know people who will pay up to Economy Plus or Comfort Plus on a plane, not for the extra space, but for the fact they are more likely to get the overhead space they need for the steamer trunk that is their carry-on item. Have you seen this one yet? Someone boards in the overhead bin at their seat is full, so they put their bag in another bin near their seat, only to be berated by another traveler who says, "You can't put your bag there, that's my space." Actually, no, it isn't. The truth is, no one is guaranteed overhead space in the bins. If you're one of the last to board, it's perfectly okay to snag a space for your bag in a bin closer to the front. One last comment. I suggest the airlines enforce carry-on bag sizes at the gate. If they did that, all of this carry-on commotion would instantly go away.
More tips to make you a smarter traveler Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here at Sactown Sports 1140.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait. And don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, welcome back. Are we good?
Chris, are we good?
Working. We are. Joining us right now.
Oh, we may not. I think we may have to call him, Dave. I think we're having I think we had some video, but I think we might have to do an audio switch here late.
Because I saw him with a beautiful framed photo of a golf hole behind him. While Chris is calling, we are Total Request Sports Radio. The chat would like more Sharks talk.
Okay.
So maybe we get our good friend Dan Rusnowski on soon.
There you go.
Yeah, we try to please the audience.
Right. That's right. All right. We are ready with Coach Dave.
Yeah. All right. Joining us right now. We had video for a little bit. That's fine. But it was long enough to be my intro question as we welcome in UC Davis head basketball coach Jim Less. Coach, I saw your pretty face, and behind you was a framed photo of what looked to be either a golf course or a golf hole. Would you mind identifying it?
Golf hole, number 16 at Granite Bay Country Club.
Oh, a little local. I was thinking you were going to say Pinehurst or Augusta or something.
I'm staying local.
Yeah.
Is there a significance, or like you said, are you just riding for the greater Sacramento area?
No, well, it's just, the price was right. Someone gave it to me for free. So.
The perfect price.
Who am I to turn that down?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, look, you didn't turn down that last road trip, and you got yourself a split. Give us your overall thoughts on both games, if you would.
Yeah, well, I really like our team. The two things that we are, battling is being built for success. Having a big win and being able to follow that up with the concentration and effort for the next game. Within a game, we've had a number of leads, even second half leads. Last week we have UCSD at our place. We're up 8 in the second half, in control of the game, and kind of have a relax. So just trying to build a young team for success and understanding why we're having success and making sure the concentration, effort, and energy stays in those areas. And then the other is, and this is just a common theme, across all sports. I was watching the Michigan-Nebraska game last night, and Dusty May was talking about it, is making sure that we're playing for each other. So much of the game now, and social media contributes to that. It's a me-driven society. How many points do I have? How's it going for me? And just continuing to work the buy-in to there's something bigger than you. And if you sell out to the team, if you be a great teammate, especially when things aren't going well for you, don't focus on you. Focus on how I can be a good teammate for others and what I can do besides maybe scoring the ball that can impact the game to help my teammates. Boy, it takes a lot of pressure off, and it just contributes to a better culture and better environment, and ultimately what I believe is better results.
Yeah, Coach, on that note, I mean, how quickly can you show that, or can that be an example? Obviously, film can do it, but in a game, I mean, do you recite that as hey, that play right there was for the greater good of the team, and, the guys take that in? How easy do you try to manifest that to happen while you're actually in action of a game?
Yeah, I think it's reminding them. A lot of times timeouts, as much as there's X's and O's going on, it's more, addressing the mental state of maybe it's an individual and maybe it's the group, and, bringing them back to where we need them to be and what we want them focusing on. And sometimes that works. The other great motivator, and I was always a big Bobby Knight fan, is butt on bench. So that's also a good reminder, and maybe it's just me kneeling down next to a player, just reminding them, here's what we need from you, and it has nothing to do with your individual stats or you making the next shot, and just trying whatever it takes to get to that end goal and common goal. And those are all learning moments for these young people who are unbelievably talented and dynamic and great kids. But the accountability factor is real, and that's our job as coaches to hold them to that accountability.
UC Davis head basketball coach Jim Less joining us. Jim, in your answer, you said something very beginning, and because this is how my brain works, I'm going to ask you. You said you really like this team, and it made me think. And obviously, I won't ask you to get specific, but have you ever coached a team you didn't like? And I don't mean like personally. I'm just saying, have you ever just internally been like, oh God, I got my work cut out for this year?
Well, I think one in general, I'm blessed to coach great kids. And that starts in the recruiting process. As much as we want, a high athletic ceiling, and a high academic ceiling, we also want a huge character quotient. And I know there's been players over the years that wanted to come to UC Davis that we didn't feel fit that character quotient, and maybe it could have led to a couple more wins, but we declined because we were so protective of the culture that we're building. So I don't think that's ever changed, but I think just what we talked about is, how badly individuals and some guys are really stubborn with fighting you on that, focusing on the team. And, especially now with NIL and the transfer portal, it becomes a me-driven sport. College athletics is becoming that way. And how do I channel that me-driven into a we-driven is the challenge. And so some teams, the struggle is tougher. The struggle is harder, getting to certain guys. Some it's really easy. And, it's always the adage of, if you make it about the name on the front of the jersey, I promise you the name on the back will prosper. But sometimes it takes a while to learn that lesson.
Coach, it's the second time through league now, so you get Northridge on the road again this week and Bakersfield. You split with them before up here. I don't know, what are the challenges of that playing? I mean, it's the same time for them. They get you guys the second time. What's the challenge of playing a team and getting a second look at them?
Yeah, I love the chess match of, this is how they attacked us, and are we going to tweak what we're doing, even if we won the game, tweak what we're doing defensively, or maybe giving them different looks that I think play into our strengths as a team, but maybe a little bit different to how we want to defend them, and also offensively our ability and we've talked about this before, a really skilled, good offensive team. It's one of the best offensive teams I've had at UC Davis. And, continuing to find ways to be creative, to put them in positions to be successful, because it's a team that shares the ball really well. They have a high IQ, especially on the offensive end, and they can be really explosive at times. So it's kind of fun trying to put packages together for specific games based on, hey, they're going to guard us this way, so here's the ways we're going to attack, and watching them take off in those areas.
UC Davis Friday, home game, and honestly,
Coach, they're on the road this week, Dave. We got to get them on the road.
I'm sorry. Yeah. My bad. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. Silly. I know we got a break, but I was just going to ask you, Coach, how has, just a general question here, and I know we're out of time, but how much does that home crowd support affect the players on the floor? Because I know it's been pretty good historically.
Yeah, I think it's huge, especially – we have a band of loyal fans who are always out, but also the students. The students bring, that extra juice and energy, and I think our guys really rise to the occasion when the students come out. So, the numbers and the stats bear it out. College teams are winning close to 80% of their games at home. And so that's a huge buffer. But you become a separator when you go out on the road and you can – stack some wins on the road. So we got to go out and get 2 this weekend.
That's UC Davis head coach Jim Les giving us the wisdom each and every week. Coach, we appreciate you. As always, appreciate your time this early in the morning. We will talk to you next Wednesday.
Hey, am I going to get my update on the playoff pool?
You're still in it. You're one of the few, the proud coach. I think there's 4 left.
I was waiting for my update. I'm kind of proud. I got to give credit to my son Tyler, who's made the picks, by the way.
Well, Tyler's got a shot, and you have a team to pick in the Super Bowl, so you can actually win this thing.
I love it. First time ever.
Good luck, Coach. We'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, take
bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye. That is Coach Jim Les. We'll take a break. We're way late. Chris is mad at us. When we come back, top of the hour, 3 from Madness next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1
sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
When value matters, Elk Grove Chevrolet delivers. Right now, purchase a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado for $4,500 off. The Silverado 1500 stands out with legendary towing power, a bold new design, and the dependability you expect from Chevy. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com for full details. Don't miss your chance to drive the new Chevrolet Silverado. Stop by Elk Grove Chevrolet today and experience quality that goes the distance.
At InShape, we have a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, the after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, bodybuilder, walker, runner, swimmer, spinner, stretcher, rower, climber, jumper, dancer, boxer, sauna seeker, recoverer. Basically, if you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong at InShape. So whether it's your first time or your first time in a while, start the year strong and join today at InShape.com. Find a location nearest to you.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report.
No big, just a loose gas cap.
And gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, our thanks to UC Davis head coach Jim West for joining us. Very basketball-centric conversation with him today. But Jason, I get the feeling, I know he likes, of course, he comes on to talk about the team and promote UC Davis basketball and all that. That's the main function. But I think he was just kind of waiting the whole time for us to ask him or bring up the celebrity playoff pool.
Well, I mean, he's still there. I mean,
is he?
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah. Why, Chris?
Is he?
Why are you doubting that?
He hasn't picked any teams.
What do you mean?
He just told us that his son has picked all the teams.
Oh. Well, sounds like a jealous competitor that's not alive anymore.
I guess it's the celebrity. I guess I should have had my son pick my teams.
Well, I don't know that someone else didn't pick for you.
I am fine. Well, Chris, first off, you weren't in the pool. But if you were, I'd be totally fine with your son picking your teams.
Well, actually.
It's fine with me.
I'm trying to get my son to take right now.
I mean, Jim can.
He's picking up some chick at a library pretty soon.
Oh God.
Ah.
Yeah. No, not even.
Would that be the worst thing that ever happened to you?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
What if it was a perfect model citizen?
Don't care. Don't care because eventually, not that far off in the future, at some point, let's say 10 years from now, we'd be having family Thanksgiving, and then I'd like say something innocuous to my wife. I'd be like, "Hey, wife, hey, would you pass me the mashed potatoes?" And my daughter would be like, "Actually, they're riced potatoes, Dad."
Set the screen.
Yeah,
I think it's meant to be. You guys have gone on a cruise together.
We have.
We did not go on a cruise. That's like I went on a cruise, like Daryl Steinberg and I went on a cruise together.
You did.
Yeah, same thing. We went on a cruise at the same time. We weren't. You know the best part about Chris and I, though. Here's the funniest part about Chris. Chris and I were on the same cruise once, randomly, and the best part is
I believe it was our first cruise too. Both of ours.
I think you're right. Chris, how long did we hang out? What was that, 3-day cruise, 5-day cruise?
I think it was 3 days.
Okay, so 3 days on a cruise ship, on the same cruise ship. I think we probably saw each other the first day or early on the second day. How long did we hang out, would you say, if you totaled up all the time that we spent together on that cruise, about how long did we hang out?
Over an hour.
Did we?
Well, the first night we both ended up at the same karaoke spot.
I forgot about that.
Then I think we ran into each other, like just walking around. It was just one of those like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, "Oh, the family's doing this. Oh, our family's doing this." Da 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 da. Then like for a day we didn't see each other, and then I think the last night we were kind of at the bar and you're like, "Oh, well, let me get you a drink." And then you bought me a drink. And then we kind of just talked for about like half hour about like whatever.
I swear to God.
I think it was right after now I know why we were talking a lot, because it was right after Fury lost, I believe. And we were talking about that for a bit. And then that got us talking into boxing.
So
the most we talked was about a fight we both didn't see, but just talking, just talking about boxing.
On my kids, I'm not doing a radio bit. The whole reason I asked that question is because literally my only memory of seeing Chris on that trip was like, you know, the rails, the guardrails, like if you're out on a boat deck that overlook the ocean. Like I felt like we ran into each other there and talked for 5 minutes. And that was the entirety. I was setting it up because I thought the response was going to be, we talked for 5 minutes in 3 days. Chris just laid out a bunch of stuff that happened. I have zero memory of. None.
That's unlike you.
Don't remember the Fury
really
fight.
Weird you don't remember karaoke.
I don't. Did we sing?
Yeah. No, we didn't sing like together, but we both sang a song.
What did I sing?
I don't remember what you sang. I sang "Don't Stop Us Now" by Queen.
Dave,
and then Dave was taking a video like he was a proud dad.
I did. did? Does that mean there's a video of you singing karaoke?
Probably.
On a boat somewhere?
Poker
It
face.
might even be on Twitter.
I don't know why, but instinctively my memory tells me. Is there any chance I sang Frozen, Let It Go?
Maybe.
That doesn't ring a
done
bell.
that before?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's your go-to?
No, it is far from my go-to. But if I'm feeling particular, it's usually back in the day when I'd have a couple of.
It's like a live band karaoke. It's pretty cool.
It was? God, I really don't. Now I know it wasn't that. Wow.
I think it was some 70s song.
Huh. Okay.
You and Steinberg were hanging out too much.
Yeah, you're confusing me with the mayor.
Well, he and I did. We did Cruising from that Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow movie. You're gonna fly away. I love it when we're cruising together. Yeah, I was Huey. He was Gwyneth. 3 for madness.
Gwyneth Lewis.
Question
Huey Paltrow.
Sean Payton fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi yesterday. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, good job on that. I don't know. Like, first off, you made it. You made it to the AFC Championship game, and you were 4 points away from going to the Super Bowl. And you were 4 points away from going to the Super Bowl with a guy who hadn't thrown a ball in 2.5 years. And on top of that, Sean Payton calls the plays. He calls the plays 100% of the play. Now, offensive coordinator will have input and this and that, but this dude, he's up in the booth with a headset on, but it's Sean Payton's voice that Knicks hears when he's under center. So look, who am I to question Sean Payton? He's done a wonderful job with the Broncos. I'm sure they can improve offensively because defensively they're phenomenal. It just seems like a weird thing when it's like, what was he supposed to have the magic play for the dude who basically threw a ball like he was left-handed throwing right? I don't know. It kind of tweaked me a little bit, but Sean Payton kind of knows what he's doing, Jason.
I think Joe Lombardi clearly didn't have a snow playbook. Like, come on.
No.
Where's this offense in the second half in the freezing, snowy, blustery conditions? No, I think what it is, to me, and I don't know this for a fact, but it feels like Sean Payton is the one that's been getting the most heat for not taking the points at the end of the first half, or in the first half. And he's a good coach, and they were the 1 seed, and they need a pound of flesh somewhere. And I don't know if that's the only reason. Maybe they didn't jive completely during the season. But it seems weird. I mean, they were the pleasant surprise to be the 1 seed. They had home field, and they were a score away from being in the Super Bowl. And to change the offensive coordinator just, to me, feels like it's either partly that, and secondly, just maybe throughout the year they just didn't quite connect. And so they're trying something else, but it's one of those be careful what you wish for. You better get it right, Sean Payton.
Jimmy in the chat says something which makes a ton of sense. We every once in a while get something from the chat that's substantive, and I actually, if this happens, then it makes all the sense in the world. He said that Sean Payton loves Davis Webb, and Webb will get promoted to OC. They don't want to lose him. Davis Webb was a sneaky young former quarterback, young candidate for a head coaching job, and I read a few think pieces on his career. And his kind of meteoric rise, if you will. So if this was one of those things where Sean's saying, you know what, I call the plays anyways, Davis, we don't want to lose you. We'd rather, keep you here and I'll give you the OC. If that ends up coming to fruition, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Sure does.
See, we knew Sean Payton had some sort. Now, if he hires, Fred McGlick, then we got a question. Fred hasn't had a lot of success. McGlick, prime dog. Question 2.
Question 2.
Will Max Crosby be on the Raiders next season?
No, I don't think so. I really don't. And we've been talking about that for the better part of the year now, but I don't. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I think it's like, and I know Raider fans like Max Crosby a lot more than they like Derek Carr. Say what you want about the Raiders, but they still have players. And in Derek Carr and Max Crosby's case, I think it's exactly the same with them. Derek Carr wanted to be a Raider for life. Derek Carr in the worst of times stood up for the franchise and was really a model citizen for the Raiders. He just wasn't, the guy ultimately. Max Crosby is the same. He loves the Raiders. He loves the image. He loves the feel, the look. He would love to be a Raider for life. But I do think it's one of those things where he doesn't make a lot of sense on the Raiders right now. He doesn't fit that timeline. They've already got $4 million in cap room, and that's second in the league. If you add whatever Max would bring in, that's insane. On top of that, and then also, I hope. I mean, look, the Raiders have to do what's best for them. But what I hope is they're able to send Max to a competitor, and if they can do that and give him a taste of the playoffs, or even a Super Bowl towards the end, that would be pretty amazing.
Yeah, what's interesting in this situation, Dave, I think what's best for the Raiders and what's best for Max Crosby are actually the same thing. Yet, I don't think, he's publicly said it before, I don't think Max Crosby wants to go. Now, where there was he was not liking the way the end of the season went, where they basically shut him down. So I don't know if some of his feelings towards the organization have changed regarding that, but he's wanted to stay a Raider, and I appreciate that about him. He's not chasing the wins or the ring, or money's going to be the same basically. But isn't it weird that I think what's best for him and the team is for him not to be a Raider? And all that being said, I there's a level of appreciation I have for him that he wants to stay committed to that team.
I agree. I have a ton of respect for it. I also think that if he were traded to a contender and heck, even got a ring or had an opportunity to get a ring, I don't know.
He'd still be a Raider. He wants to be a Raider, right?
Yeah, and he'd probably retire.
Yeah.
He'd probably go into the Hall of Fame as a Raider.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Right. Yeah. So if he gets traded to the Bears and helps lead them to a Super Bowl, that's going to be a great moment for him. They'll get a nice return for him. But yeah, I think he's going to want to stay in like that Raider Hall of Fame and the Raider kind of, Hall of Fame type of just associated with that team for life.
Well, and he came into the league, I think in 2019, and since he's come into the league, they've been 7-9.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
He's playing with the cords again.
What's bad, too, is he's frozen on the screen.
Oh, maybe there's more to it. Well, we'll see.
We just keep him up there to see. Oh, there he goes.
Is he back?
No.
Oh, he went away?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if we can get connected to Dave again. But yeah, the whole thing about that with what the Raiders could get in return and what it could do for Max Crosby. They haven't lost the window for him to get peak return, but it's getting very, very close, and they better act soon if they want to deal Max Crosby.
And he's back.
Oh.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nope, can't hear you.
That was so weird. I didn't touch anything, and I could totally hear you guys. Huh. Okay. What I was saying is, Max Crosby came into the league in 2018, 4-12, 7-9, 8-8, 10-7, 6-11, 8-9, 4-13, 3-14. The one appearance he's had in the playoffs, they lost to the Bengals 26-19. So he doesn't. It's one of those does he even know what he's missing kind of things. I mean, right. I know he's a grown man, but he get him into. I think Jason, you said it the best. It would be best, I think, for all parties.
Yeah.
And I just hope they don't trade him to the Jets or the Titans or something. Right. Okay. Did you already go question 3?
No.
Oh, question 3.
Question 3.
How has the lack of success this season changed the way you watch the NBA?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier when it came to, not enjoying the Kings losing, but also understanding it's best for the greater good. I have watched a lot more college basketball, and by that I mean some. Usually I just pick it up March 1st and get ready for the tournaments and for our brackets. But no, I've watched some AJ DeBonsa games. I've watched some Carlos Boozer games, and I've watched some Darren Peterson Kansas games, amongst others. What's the other guy? Kingston Flag or Kingston, whoever the hell. Yeah, thank you, Fleming. And also there's like this old habits start coming back, like going to Tankathon, looking at the lottery situation. And then I think the biggest one is I honestly, including last night, I'm keeping an eye on the Wizards game, and I'm rooting for the Wizards. I'm rooting for the teams that are around the Kings on both the bottom and the top. So yeah, I think in that aspect, it's a little bit weird. And then, looking ahead, let me just see. I mean, I know we'll do this in what's on tap or what's on deck, but go Pacers over the Bulls. That's a winnable game at home for Indiana. You got the Jazz hosting the Warriors. Hey, go Jazz. So I find myself actively rooting for the bad teams because I know that ultimately helps the Kings. And that is quite different. I was not doing that the Beam Team era.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I think what I don't know, I'll speak for myself, but I think a lot of people do this. Let's paint a different scenario for this year, Dave, and the Kings are the 4 seed at the moment, let's just say. Well, then I'm probably watching, in this case, you're not catching OKC, but, could you catch the 2? Could you catch the 3? How close is the 5 behind them? Oh, the 6 is the hottest team in basketball. So I'm probably watching closer or keeping up to date at least with the 2 or 3 teams around them, top or bottom. Same thing that you just said now. It's like, all right, we know the field that's at the bottom, and that's New Orleans and Sacramento and Brooklyn, Washington, Indiana. So kind of on a night-to-night basis, I may not be watching their games, but I'm like, oh, Indiana, that's a surprise win tonight. That gives them one more. Or that, oh boy, this team down there with the Kings has now also lost 7 in a row. What are they up to? When's their next win coming? So yeah, I think I find myself watching at least the results of the bottom teams. And I'm with you too. I've watched more college basketball, not to what I used to, but DeBansta was playing the other day against Arizona. It was a great game. So I was watching some of that. When Boozer was on, I've seen him a couple times. And so I just kind of keep my eye on a few potential targets that could ultimately be Kings, where if they were back to the 4 seed, I probably wouldn't even really be following that much.
You're usually right about this stuff, Jason. You said DeBansa, I said DeBansa. Is it DeBansa
I don't know. I could be wrong on that. I'm not with confidence, no.
Yeah, me neither. Let's call him
AJ.
I didn't mention Duke and Carlos Boozer. I don't know. This is so unfair. Not Carlos Boozer. Yeah, Carlos Boozer. This is so unfair. In my mind, I'm just convinced Carlos Boozer is going to be a mix of actual Carlos Boozer, the first one, and Marvin Bagley. And that's like, it's so bad, but like, I'm not excited about Carlos Boozer, which of course means he's going to be like a 7-time All-Star and Hall of Fame.
You mean Cameron Boozer?
But what'd I say? Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's not. Oh, is he? He's not Carlos Boozer the second?
He's not. No. He's Cameron Boozer the first.
Cameron. I am not. I know there's like no logical reason for me to think that way other than I'm just associating Marvin Bagley with Cam Boozer. I shouldn't do that.
Right.
Now I can promise you that had the Kings drafted LJ DeBansa instead of Luka Doncic, I'd probably feel the same way about him. Yeah, or Jaron Peterson instead of Darren, his dad, same thing. I would have done that. But to me, it's like, oh God, power forward, double machine out of Duke. But what if he's Elton Brand?
Right.
Actually, if the Kings got the 2 pick and he ended up having the exact same career as Elton Brand, would you consider that a success?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Elton had a pretty good. Elton had a pretty good career.
I mean, I think when you're picking likely where the Kings are, because that's going to likely be 1 through 6, let's say, likely somewhere in that range. I mean, I know we're all thinking that, and it's supposed to be a good draft. I think we're all really hoping that they just land on just a stud, not like, and that's tough for the player that they're drafting, but I don't think everybody is comfortable with them getting a nice player, Like I know I want them to get a franchise. I've been saying I don't think their franchise-altering piece is on this team. He's probably in college. Well, this is a year they're likely going to get a bite of an apple of a pretty, robust draft. So you hope you're getting more than just, he helped. He's nice. He's in the rotation. He's a starter. No, you want a dude. You want that's what we're all hoping for.
Well, as we go to break, quick show question. I keep getting these emails, Chris, you might be getting them too, from a promotional company that's trying to get us to do something with the upcoming Youngblood hockey movie remake.
I am not.
Did you see the original?
I did.
Yeah, so did I. It's one of the movies of my youth. I saw it a long time, and not just because of Cynthia Gibb. And I love the movie. Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe. Also, I don't want it remade. But here we are. They're remaking it. I don't know. Jason, do we have any interest in
You would
anything?
rather have a 20-year sequel.
I wouldn't mind a sequel where Youngblood's on... Yeah, Dean Youngblood he's had a Hall of Fame career. He's now a head coach at Moose Knuckle, Canada, or whatever that thing, or Moose Jaw. At
Where?
Moose Jaw.
Where?
Moose Jaw. It's a real minor league hockey.
I thought you said something else.
I did
city.
too.
I said Moose Jaw or some other minor league hockey city. And he's trying, and he has a kid on there that reminds him of himself. I mean, how are you going to remake a movie with not Rob Lowe and obviously, rest in peace, not Patrick Swayze? It's not happening. What are you going to do next? Remake Ghost? What are you going to do next? Remake Oxford Blues with Rob Lowe? Remember when he was doing The Crew?
Yeah,
the rowing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. I need to eject. We'll take a break. When we come back, we talked a couple days ago about how crazy the NFL season was. Well, how crazy was it? We'll talk about that and little homework. We didn't get to this yesterday. Trying to figure out what teams are your picks to click in a very early 2026-27 season preview right here on Sactown Sports.
The 10th Annual Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration is Thursday, February 5th at the Golden One Center, inducting the class of 2026, plus honoring all of our past inductees. See Sacramento's 50 greatest athletes of all time.
This is Bill Cartwright.
This is Jerry Royster.
This is Tony the Tiger Lopez.
This is Dusty Baker, proud member of the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame. Join us Thursday, February the 5th at the Golden One Center for Sacramento's best sports night of the year.
Get your tickets now at SacSportsHOF.com.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/plan for 20% off. trustandwill.com/PLAN.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder, now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Hey, movie fans, Marty Supreme is playing at the Esquire IMAX Theater. See it the way it was meant to be seen on the 6-story IMAX screen. Feel every twist and turn crashing all around you, where every seat is always the best seat in the house.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box. You think it's that simple? Yeah, I do.
Don't wait. Get reserved seats for Marty Supreme at Sacramento's biggest and loudest movie-going experience, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
No, see, there we go. Chat's happy. We talked hockey. We talked Youngblood. That counts.
It's part of hockey.
Counts. That's a part of hockey right there. Youngblood. That was a heck of a movie, man.
Hey, Dave, just a heads up. Don't look up Urban Dictionary on what you said.
No, dude, full disclosure, without getting, I know exactly what that is.
Oh.
100%. It's
I'm going to look it up.
No, don't look it up, dude. I know exactly what it is. That's the problem. I said it because it was in my vernacular. And then as soon as I said it, that's why I was laughing and embarrassed, because that is not a minor league hockey town. That is.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Safe search off?
Jason, I'll send you another one that means, I'll send you guys another one that means the exact same thing. And if you haven't heard it, you can look that up too. But same exact, there I texted you. That's the problem. I knew exactly what that was. I did not mean to say that. I got confused.
That seems like it would be going a different way.
So the NFL stands for not for long if you keep doing that, David. As always, is it's all over the place, man. You don't know. Up is down and down is up and all that fun stuff. In fact, we're going to talk later. Yet another surprise in the NFL season: Bill Belichick not getting in on the first ballot of the Hall of Fame, and it came with some drama.
Yeah.
As well, which we will discuss. Jason, by the way, just a soft preview of our conversation a little bit later. Does that lend credence now to are other people now wondering if Bill Belichick was in fact kind of a fraud?
Well, I really want to know why they voted that way, but I think that's too strong. Way too strong.
I'm having fun with it. I mean, the idea that Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer is absolutely insane. And again, we'll talk about that later. Here's just some of the insanity. I love collecting factoids. So for example, the Patriots, like, how are the Patriots based on last year and where they were? How in the world are the Patriots in the flipping Super Bowl 60 minutes away from a championship? Well, one of the reasons, I guess, I mean, this isn't their fault, but very interesting factoid about the Patriots season. I'm just going to very quickly go game by game, Jason, and I'm curious if you knew this. The team they played in week 1, fired their coach.
Yeah.
Week 2, fired their
By the
coach.
way, the week 1 loss is still the biggest mystery of the NFL season.
100%. And by the way, if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, it would be the first time in NFL history that a team to win the Super Bowl lost to a team that gets the number 1 pick. So there's that. Week 2, fired the coach. Week 3, fired the coach. Week 4, NFC South. Week 5, fired the coach. Week 6, NFC South. Week 7, fired coach. Week 8, fired coach. Week 9, fired coach. Week 10, NFC South. Weeks 11 and 12, the Jets and the Bengals. Weeks 13, 14, 15, and 16, fired the head coach. Week 17, they played the Jets again. And week 18, they fired the head coach. So, lose to the Patriots, and you will probably have your coach fired. But with Bill Belichick out of the Hall of Fame, at least this year, interesting stat here for you. The all-time home run leader is not in the Hall of Fame. The all-time coach with the most Super Bowl wins is not in the Hall of Fame. The all-time leader in hits in baseball is not in the Hall of Fame. The all-time Cy Young leader, Roger Clemens, is not in the Hall of Fame. So, there's that.
What a shame. What a shame. What a scam.
Also, this has nothing to do with the football, but just real quick, because I meant to share this with you yesterday. I have a list of things that we did. Would you like to hear it?
That we did?
Yeah.
Sure.
Built the city and shot the sheriff. You want to hear a list of things we didn't do?
Sure.
Start the fire or shoot the deputy.
Okay.
You want to hear a list of things we want to do?
Yes.
Break free and hold your hand. How about a list of things we will do, Jason?
Okay.
Rock you. Survive. And anything for love.
Oh yeah.
How about things we won't do, Jason?
Got it.
Get fooled again. Back down. Stop believing. Or that. We'll do anything for love, but we will not do that.
That's true.
And then finally, you'll get the point here. Things we will never, ever do. We will never give you up, let you down, run around, desert you. We'll never make you cry, say goodbye, tell a lie, or in fact hurt you. Got it?
Got it.
No starting quarterback with last name.
I thought there's more.
Nope, that's it. Why?
How about something that I want?
It all?
A new drug.
Is there probably your love, right? Or something?
Sure.
Rock and roll.
Candy.
Oh, yeah, good one. I want. There's all I ever want.
Anyway.
Oh, what about another baby?
All that
I want is another baby.
Yes.
It's gone tomorrow. Set the screen. No, what? No starting quarterback with a last name less than 5 letters long has ever won a Super Bowl.
Sorry, May.
Starting quarterbacks.
Well, good thing it's not Sam Darn. Sam Darn.
Or Sam Dang. Either way, it's not happening. Starting quarterbacks whose first and last name end in the same letter are 0-6 in Super Bowls since the AFC was formed in 1970.
Wait, start and end?
So their first and last names end in the same letter. So Drake, May, both end in E.
Oh.
Yeah. They're 0-6, Jason.
Well, good thing it's not Sammed Darnold.
And finally, another bad thing for Drake May. Starting quarterbacks with the initials DM are 0-2 in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Can you name them?
0-2.
0-2.
Dan Marino.
That is correct.
Don Melway.
No. Oh, God, you're so close. You're weak.
Don Meredith.
No, but good call, but no.
Don? Dan?
Okay, you asked me about Don, and I would say, yes, that's half of it.
That makes it easier.
You're going to be so mad, dude, because it wasn't that long ago. Last 25 years. wasn't Don. It was
Ron Mexico.
No. You got to add 2 more syllables on that first name. I don't want to tell you, dude. And don't look at the text line or the chat line.
Okay. What conference? I don't know why that's going to help me. Hey, you can probably tell me the team. Who?
No, I can't tell you the team. You'll get it. You're going to get it.
No, what was it? What did you say?
NFC. And when you get it, you're going to be like, oh.
Wow, I don't have it. Give me another hint.
How can? He was a quarterback of color. This team has won a Super Bowl since. And I believe this will give it to you. I believe I could be wrong, but the longest.
Yeah.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Am I right here? The longest tenured coach in the NFL now was his coach when he started, but with a different team.
But couldn't win the big game back then, allegedly.
Couldn't win the big game.
Yeah.
Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do when you said Don, dude.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, 0-2.
Okay.
Although, guess, you know what? When you said Don Meredith, I was like, did he not? And finally, top 10 greatest team nicknames of all time. You ready? And then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Top 9, I'm sorry. Phi Slamma Jamma, the Four Horsemen, the Amazing Mets, Cardiac Kids, the Gas House Gang. Number 4, Monsters in the Midway. Number 3, Legion of Boom. Number 2, the Steel Curtain. And number 1, the number 1 greatest team nickname of all time, Murderers Row.
So one of those is in the 2000s.
Legion of Boom?
I think so, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember who the Cardiac Kids were. Or the Gas House Gang.
Yeah, that's
got to be like Tungsten Arm O'Malley in the 1922 White Sox.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. That was back when Chester Q was covering the games.
For sure.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, hey, we got a rewind for you. We're going to go all the way back to the Kings versus the Knicks last night. Jason and Chris have you covered as the Kings trying to get through this road trip, drive on over in those buses to Philadelphia, where Katie Christensen currently is. She will join us at 9 a.m. They're driving buses, which I think might be the one vehicle Hoblet Dodge does not have. By the way, I could be wrong. There might be knowing Hoblet, there's like a whole section of buses. But I do know that they have the largest selection of Ram trucks in the entire U.S. of A. Now, occasionally somebody will come up to me and they'll say, Dave? I'm like, yeah. They go, why does you always talk about selection with Hoblet? Now, I love that they're 5 minutes from the airport. I love that they're right there in Woodland. I love that they're family owned and operated. I love all that stuff. I love that they mark down MSRP when other dealers are marking it up. But I don't understand why you always talk about selection. I want a truck. And I go, well, friend, but what if you want a red truck with a tan interior? You go to some place and all the interiors are dark brown or maybe even black or something. Like, what if you want a white truck with a black? I don't know. You've got this selection as far as the eye can see of all these Ram trucks. What more do you need? And they say, oh my God, you're so right. And then they get in their car and off to Hoblet, where you can go right now. You can search and select and save. There's a whole inventory at hobletdodge.com where the price you see, that's the price you pay. No tricks, no bananas in the tailpipe. Go to hobletdodge.com and you tell me, good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. We will take a very quick break. When we come back, Kings Rewind next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Hey, welcome you back. Welcome you back. I'd like to welcome you back. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Verla. Almost at the halfway point, not just of the show, but also the halfway point of the week, as a matter of fact.
Not for Chris. It's my Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Yesterday was my Wednesday.
Yes. Happy for you, Chris. So happy for you.
Are you?
Good for you. Yeah, man. That honestly, that shot my mood up like 80%.
This has been the first time I said I'm leaving, and he hasn't given me a guilt trip. So I'm happy about that.
And what are you doing again?
I'm going to Tahoe.
That's right. You're gonna, and that's right. We discussed if you were going to toboggan or something. You gonna gamble?
I don't think I can afford to gamble anymore.
Yeah.
Tables are too
None of us
expensive.
can, Chris. Can't afford to gamble. You know, they say the house always wins. Because it does.
Except that one time. That one time you bet big and you beat the house.
Yes. Remember that house.
I had a friend like 3 weeks ago. It was like, yeah, I went, I was playing the penny slots, and I won, I won $700 the other night playing, Dragonfly Buttercup or whatever.
Yeah, but those penny slots, you're paying like $10
a spin. Yeah, it's penny
slots. That's what I was saying. I said, well, how much? And she was like, oh, it was $4 a spin. Like, okay, well, that's
low.
You put $100 bill in one of them penny slots, and I get it. Like, half of it's just eye candy, right? Oh, look at the cartoon frog. It's jumping over to the thing, and then it got the mosquito on its tongue, and if you can get it to jump on the other pad, then you get the bonus magic prize. The one I hate is Wheel of Fortune, man, because the amount of times where I've been so close to winning like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then like the very last wheel is like right above or below the line. And I feel like Adam Sandler did in Happy Gilmore when the clown spit the ball out. And I want to hit the machine.
They actually welcome that.
They do. Big fans of that. 1-800-GAMBLER. Actually, we just kind of did an anti-gambling spot right there.
We were definitely not promoting gambling.
No, not at all. But what we are promoting is win or lose, win, lose, or tie. Win, lose, or draw even. No matter what happens in the Kings game, Chris Verlaud and Jason Ross are ready to go with the, dare I say, award-winning, whether now or in the future. Kings Rewind starts right now.
Well, the Sacramento Kings roadie continued in New York City as the Kings were in the basketball mecca to face the Knicks.
Did someone say road trip?
Why is that so funny to me? Go ahead.
The world's most famous arena would be the location for matchup number 2 on the season between the Kings and the Knicks.
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as in my opinion. I mean,
wow. Broadway, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps, welcoming in a Sacramento Kings team that had lost 5 consecutive games.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Before that losing streak was a 4-game winning streak that included an impressive W over the Knicks that included former Kings coach Mike Brown returning to G1C.
I just want to wish you one last hearty and heartfelt suck it!
This night promised to be different, though, because the Kings weren't fully healthy as Keegan Murray was still sidelined.
That makes me feel sad. I'm sad.
Your sadness is noted.
I feel acknowledged.
Joining him, Malik Monk was out.
I'm a pizza guy.
And same with Zach LaVine. Doug Christie would start the same lineup for the second consecutive game that had Sabonis, Achua, DeRozan, Westbrook, and the rookie, Nick Clifford.
We're all going to be like 3 little Fonzies here. And what's Fonzie like? What's Fonzie like?
Cool.
What?
Cool.
Correctamundo.
This game would be different because this time the Knicks would have their best player, Jalen Brunson, available for the entirety of the game as he is now healthy.
I am just green with jealous rage right now.
In the first quarter, the Knicks established their presence with a strong first frame. They outscored the Kings 7-0 to end the quarter and led 36-26 after 1.
Why does this keep happening?
Well, it felt like this one might get away from the Kings, but the second quarter turned into a circus, a sloppy one at that, as both teams were guilty of throwing the ball all over the gym.
I know how you skits like I'm sloppy.
Lady, you're scaring us.
The Kings took advantage of the bad play by New York, and DeMar DeRozan went to work as at the half, the Kings were down by just 1, and Debo had 22 game-high points.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither.
The third quarter was more chaos as both teams couldn't establish a rhythm as each continued to be carefree with the ball, and both missed a ton of shots in the quarter.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
Money!
Heading into the final 12 minutes, the slop fest was tied at 72.
It's the final countdown!
Wow, we're really slowing it down. In the early fourth quarter, DeRozan hit the 30-point mark on a not 1, not 2, not 3, but a 4 pump fake jumper.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping.
Well, a 2-possession game with 4 minutes to go, and then back-to-back hoops from the home team's best player, Jalen Brunson. And a 5-point game is now a 10-point cushion, matching their largest lead with just over 3 minutes to play.
Keep it together. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
Out of the timeout by the Kings, more Kings missed shots and more damage done by Brunson and co., and this close game was now slip-sliding away.
So why don't you slide?
The run would extend to 13-0, and ultimately at the end of the game, the Knicks beat the Kings for a 6th straight time in the Garden, 103-87.
Calm down, diddly, 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 diddly. They did their best, shoddly, iddly, iddly, diddly. Gotta be nice, hostility, diddly, biddly, diddly. Ah, hell, diddly, ding, dong, crap! Can't you morons do anything right?
Well, the Kings shot barely over 40% for the game. They shot just 17% from 3. They failed to get 100 points for the 8th time this season, and now have lost their 6th consecutive game.
God, I go to church every Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me?
Mike Brown and the Knicks get their revenge that they were looking for as they split the season series.
I pure, straight, hate you. Damn it, do I respect you.
Kings road trip continues Thursday in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, against the Sixers. Yes, I do. There you go, Dave. That's how it played out in case you missed the Kings and the Knicks game.
I feel like, I watched it, but I feel like I didn't have to.
Now you know.
I want a place to stay, get your booty on the dance floor, make my day. You know, I'd never really looked up, like I got most of those words, but never really looked up the Technotronic lyrics.
Yeah, it's another thing that I want, right?
Yeah, a place to stay.
My MTV.
Except I will tell you, I did some extra work on this because the first 3 lyric sites I went to didn't say I want, like genius.com, which is always at top. It didn't say I want, it said AWA, AWA. The first 3 places I went said AWA. And I, kind of kept going and finally found one that said I want, which I'm pretty sure, even though they were a Belgian group, maybe AWA is a different, whatever, but I'm pretty sure they said I want a place to stay.
AWA.
AWA. Like, I want my MTV.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things we want. Do we even include that?
You should.
Yeah, I want my MTV. I want your, well, let's just say checks, because it's a family show, but the George Michael song. I want your checks.
Mix.
We'll take a break. When we come back, when we get to hour number 2 of this program, the halfway point, or the Friday for Chris Verlaine, Kings and Knicks post-game reaction. Wouldn't it be great if they were just all visual? How does it even work on the radio? No. Jason will have all of those when we get back right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on most beds with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
If you're serious about your golf game, then you need to know about Total Game Fitting at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Whether it's the TrackMan-powered player performance studio for your best fit clubs, or the cutting-edge technology putter fitting studio, or the free Ballnamic ball fitter and 3D foot scanner, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop offers you total game fitting from head to toe with equipment and apparel. Find your advantage at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop with the latest offering of new golf products in Northern California. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through the week. Your week! So right now, I need every single listener on their feet. Callers, texters, YouTubers, make some noise for Sacramento's favorite sports morning show, Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and the man behind the glass, Chris Verla.
Oh my goodness, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to sports radio. I'm ready to sports radio another 2 hours. Really to sports radio, I guess, technically another 10 hours. Then the week's up. So halfway through, we've still got for you 4 down territory. What's hot, what's not. We'll recap 3 in the key. Got Katie at 9. What's on deck? And then we're going to crosstalk. I enjoyed yesterday's crosstalk.
Yeah, me too.
I have noticed the onion that is Kayla is quite interesting because you peel back a little bit of the because she's we know Matt,
right?
You peel back that personality a little bit each time.
Maddie.
I rather enjoy it. She seems to have our sense of humor.
Yes, I'd agree.
So. Not a lot of sense of humor about last night, though, Jason, although it was a rumbling, bumbling, stumbling type of game for, a while, about 3 quarters. In the end, though, yikes, as the Sacramento Kings fell to the New York Knicks here in New York. And, Jason, you've got some reaction.
Yeah, and we really have, it was also a thinner roster because of Malik Monk not playing, Zach LaVine not playing. By the way, do you think that's going to be the way for the next week, I guess, where, you have to – Malik did get hurt the game prior and did not play yesterday. I know it's probably easier on dispersing minutes and getting the younger guys in to have some of the veterans out, but it's going to be interesting to see how this goes over the next week or so, and then certainly after the trade deadline, no matter what happens.
Yeah, I think, and this is kind of what we talked about yesterday. I think you're right. That there's no players are not going to tank.
Right.
Okay. And I know that's a general statement, but look, in order for a player to tank, you're talking about, I have this wide open jumper. I'm going to brick it. I'm going to, jog up the floor. They may have bad days or give poor effort, but they're not intentionally going to try to lose. A, because they're not built that way. B, because it would get a federal investigation probably these days. Same thing with coaches. They're not going to tank. They're Doug Christie and his staff. go out there every day. And I guarantee you, as funny as it may sound to some of you, Doug and Mike Woodson and the rest of those guys are having meetings. They're going over film. They're trying to figure out ways to win ball games. They're doing the best they can. You may, whether you think it's good or not, they're doing the best they can. That is not the way that's not how it happens. The job of the tank generally comes from the front office in conversations where you talk about rotations. Hey, let's give this guy or these guys a little bit more time. Let's do this, let's do that. But once again, last night, Jason, it's not like they were, playing all the rookies the whole game. They had DeMar DeRozan in there. They had Hall of Famers on the floor. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think the best example, like for everyone that, and I don't know if they remember the game, but I was looking this back up just to get kind of a better verification of what the scenario was like last year. So if I take you to April 2nd of last season, Dave, when the Kings were in DC to take on the Wizards. The Wizards at the time came in with a record of 16-59. They had lost, looks like about 9 of 10. They basically, playing out the string. There's about 6, 7, 8 games to go, and it was probably in their best interest to lose as many of those as possible. So on that day, they were hosting the Kings. Kings were coming in with a record of 35-40, so trying to get as many wins as they possibly could to see if they could get 7, 8, 9, 10 in that range. And in that game, what I remember is Jordan Poole, then of the Wizards, was having a game, like one of those games where he was going off. In 24 minutes, he had 23 points. Most of those, if not all of those, if I'm not mistaken, were in the opening half. And so the Wizards, as a team, as an organization, did not play Jordan Poole the rest of the game. Now, he wasn't hurt. They elected to not play him. He was killing the Kings. He was playing great. He was trying to win the game. The organization thought it would be in our best interest to not win the game. Now, they still did win, but I think they tried to make it more difficult. But to your point, the players played. So it doesn't mean, if it's all veterans, if it's all young guys, they could still win, and they did. But I think organizationally, they probably were hoping that they didn't win the game.
Yeah, I think so. They don't. It's kind of like what we talked about this morning. You're not openly rooting for the other team to beat you, but you accept that that's the overall best outcome. As a matter of fact, Bobby Marks just put this out. Just a quick look at the Kings nearing the trade deadline. I want to talk about that for a second. The Kings have 6 tradable firsts and 7 seconds, although it's highly doubted that any of those are going anywhere. They're going to try to increase that. They're $8 million below the first apron. As far as stats go, they're 28th in offense, 28th in defense. They have the 3rd oldest roster in the league. God, that's just looking at that. My goodness. 2026 free agent. Zach LaVine's a player option. Keon Ellis, Russell Westbrook, Dario Saric, Drew Eubanks, Doug McDermott, Precious Achua, and Daquan Plowden. And then he put in a little did you know factoid. The Kings and Pacers are the only projected lottery teams with 2 players earning more than $40 million this season, Sabonis and LaVine. Indiana, however, reached the NBA Finals last year and expected to contend again when Tyrese Halliburton returns. First off, I would say this. Just as a side note, I don't know that I have ever seen, or rarely have I seen, a better case for somebody getting MVP votes than Tyrese Halliburton this year. Like, that's basically the difference in the team. Miles Turner, fine.
Right.
I shouldn't dismiss him, but my God, they go from a quarter away from winning the championship to the worst record, or one of the bottom 3 worst records in the league. And Tyrese Halliburton being out is a huge part of that. Secondly, I think the Kings are actually in the worst spot of any team in the NBA when you combine everything: record, age, contracts, and if they're not, they're certainly close to that. Yeah. Thirdly, I think at least 8 or 9 of the guys you see right now on this roster will not be there at training camp next year, if not more. And lastly, I want to say this because I saw some of this on social media. Contrary to popular belief, we at the station, for example, we do not have we don't have meetings with other shows about what they're going to talk about. We don't have we don't have meetings with our bosses where it's like, other than, hey, Niners in the playoffs, make sure you hit the Niners hard, or hey, the Kings are, we're getting towards the trade deadline, make sure you update. Other than that, like when it comes to philosophical stuff or opinions. Like never. That's just never a thing. You know, it's like the King's talking points, you know,
right.
Conspiracy. But I saw some stuff because I guess, you know, we talked about, I think one of the questions was on a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed would you be if the Kings didn't make any moves at the deadline or weren't able to? We had that conversation yesterday. And then I guess at some point, Matt and Kayla had that conversation. I don't know if Whitey and Alan did. And then I saw, I mean, honestly, there was more than a couple people that were like, wow, the Sacramento Kings are trying to soft sell the idea that they don't think they're making any moves at the deadline. I will just say, you are too, Jason, but I mean, obviously, I'm incredibly transparent, too transparent about things. I say things on the air I probably should. But just so you know, I swear to God on my children, I have not spoken to Scott Perry or anybody in the front office in at least 2 weeks. So when I ask a question about how disappointed would you be, the reason I ask that is we're getting towards the trade deadline and nothing has happened. I have not had one conversation since Scott Perry was on the air with us about potential trades. And by the way, I don't really ask about that, to be honest. Is there something imminent? Are we not going to do something? Like, I haven't had a single convo. And the fact that I'm out of town until Sunday tells me something will probably happen in the next few days. And I'm pretty sure I speak for you too, Jason. If they don't do anything, it's sure as hell not because we know about it. And it's sure as hell we don't know. They haven't tried to soft sell us anything. We're just getting close to the end of the trade deadline. So it was something to talk about.
Yeah. And I think we've all said it too. I know on our show we did, like, it would be disappointing if they didn't. I would understand how, because you don't do it just to do it. I know they want to. And of all the things you listed from the Bobby Marks categories of things, you know, what they have in picks and the free agents, I think the one that has been publicly stated that just has to be done, they have to get younger. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they just have to. Now, I mean, I'm sure they would like to move on from the bigger contracts and the older players and do that right now by the deadline. That would be the perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. And so, and the one that Sam has told us for weeks, Dave, that is the biggest mover and shaker, at least of the trade deadline potential for the Kings, is Keon Ellis. One of the reasons why is his contract, but probably the biggest one is he's a free agent. And people right now are either wanting picks or not wanting to take on money. The Kings want picks, and the players they are trying to deal all have future money attached to them. That's the biggest struggle that they're dealing with right now.
And I know this is, I mean, you make a great point. And this isn't something people want to hear. I get it. You and I both agree. We want to trade. I want it for the content, damn it, but I also want it for the team. But somebody just texted and said, look, we're going to suck for a minimum of this year and next year. Like, almost certainly we're going to not be good for this year and next year. So if we're not going to get any value for Levine and DeRozan at all, like, does their value go up next year when they're both expiring?
Yeah.
And I think if Scott Perry said, hey, look, here's the list of offers I've gotten or offers I've made that have been, not met with no's for Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, and they were all like taking on more salary, or we had to attach a future first rounder or whatever. And the choices between doing that and waiting to next year to see dude, I'd rather just let them, honestly, I would rather than take on salary or have to give up draft capital. I'd rather than play out all of next year and just let that expire. I honestly would, because in itself, that salary is an acquisition. The problem I think a lot of fans are having, and I completely understand this, is that we are conditioned our entire lives to think trades improve the team.
Right.
You make a trade, you try. This is not the case. The sooner people can accept, as hard as it is, people were saying, you guys were talking about how bad this team was going to be in freaking November before 10. I'm going to go a step further. We're in January of this season, and I'm telling you, there is a 99.8% chance this team is going to win 30 games or less next year. They're going to suck. And By the way, if they win more than that, it's almost completely likely that it's because there was some stupid shortcut move made in one of these moves to bring in some big name that might fart their way to 36 wins and a crap pick. So I know people don't want
the draft pick.
That's awesome. That's awesome, but highly unlikely. But if it is, hey, obviously, great, perfect, super happy about that. But they're almost certainly going to suck next year and this year. So there is no trade to make.
Wait, they're going to suck this year?
Yeah, breaking news. And that's exactly what we told you all summer long. Well, we're telling you right now in winter, not before a game's been played. We're telling you before the season has even ended and we've even gotten to training camp or seen off-season moves. The team's going to suck next year. So that being said, make your moves accordingly. And if that means that we're going into next year in training camp with lame duck Zach LaVine and lame duck DeMar DeRozan, yeah, it stinks, dude. I don't like it. They're not going to like it. Nobody's going to like it. I totally get that. But I don't care. If you get 10% more by waiting until June or October or hell, next February to trade these guys, fine. And I know that's not a popular take, Jason.
Well, I wonder from Scott Perry's perspective, I'm trying to think of a couple of the guys we've been talking about. So let's first off take DeMar DeRozan for one, his contract and the way he's producing. I think he's had a very good season individually for the Sacramento Kings. Yeah. Now, it hasn't translated into wins. We all know that. And I think there's a market for him. For some reason, it doesn't seem like it's very robust that people are calling him to get him. But anyway, let's assume he came back. I think the organization would be comfortable with that because of how much of a professional he's been, how productive he's been, and what is guaranteed to him next year. Now, if we go to Zach LaVine, I think he's underperformed to what his contract is. I think there's been a desire to try to trade him. They haven't been able to do so. You don't just take a deal to take a deal. But I do wonder about him, Dave, where if this season, let's just assume it keeps going the way it is, so that's going to give him, 20 wins. Zach plays 20 minutes a night the rest of the way just to kind of get through it. I don't know if Zach LaVine is as comfortable coming back next year going, yeah, I could maybe make it to next February where it's easier for me to be dealt, but I also could be dealt to a team that I don't have a say in, that I want to go to, or I could go to a great spot. I wonder, this is me wondering, it's crazy to turn down $48 million a year, but if the season goes the way it is, the Kings don't have this as their intention, but I wonder if by not trading him, if he is more likely to opt out, not because they didn't trade him, but because it's like, look, I don't know that I want to do this for a few more months of winning at a 25% rate, playing on a team where I know I'm not a part of their future. And yeah, I'm going to get paid very well, but can I get paid very well going to a team and as a free agent that likely does want him and is probably a better situation for him?
I think that's a thing that we've been wondering about all year. The idea that Zach LaVine would opt out of this massive contract, and may I remind the audience, and Jason, I know you were right there, a contract in which Zach LaVine joked that he was underpaid. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know I'm not trying to take it out of context, but when we brought that up, I accidentally said too much. He goes, too much? I don't think it's enough, which fine, fair play. But he's 30. He's 30 years old. Now, I'm sure he has plenty of career left, but he will be 31 years old before the first jump ball happens next year in October. So in conversations, as you said, with his agent, who we know well, he goes, well, okay, I'm probably going to lose a few $1 million here. Yeah. But again, I opt out of the $45 million deal. I get a 3-year, $90 million deal. I don't know what it is, something that gives me, takes me through the rest of my prime. I get to choose where I go. I don't have to pack up and move again. And I get relevance. I get to compete for a title if that's what he wants to do. So I think, there is, like, if we knew Zach LaVine was opting out this summer, then I think this would be a different conversation. The problem is with an opt-out, Jason, as you know, is it just complicates the whole thing. Because even if you trade him, guess what? Another team could be trading for him, and he opts out from there too. Mm-hmm. I think I hate to say this, I really do, but I think if we're just taking emotion out of the equation and being a good person, I honestly think from a purely logical standpoint, the best friend of the Sacramento Kings over the next few days before the trade deadline is injuries to other teams. I think that's honestly what it might take to move the needle. And we've already had some big losses. For all we know, guys, there's a deal on the table right now for Zach LaVine from the Warriors. I don't know what it would be, what the structure would, but all we know, they may be looking for other options. But in the end, you get the feeling that they still have to replace Jimmy Butler, and Jonathan Kuminga ain't it. So we got a lot of days to go. But the last thing I think any of us want is a quick fix.
Yeah, and I would keep my eye, like when we're hearing rumors like over the past couple of days, and it's been out there before about Sabonis and the Raptors, let's say. And some people are like, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Part of me is thinking, all right, Detroit's the 1 seed. They've earned that to this point, but I look at them and go, this is a good basketball team. This is an untested basketball team. Is this the year that Detroit really gets through? Maybe it is. All right, Boston, they don't have one of their most important players. They're currently the 2 seed, but are they gettable? New York, great starting 5. Where's the depth of that team? This is a team that has a lot of pressure. The point being, Toronto's 4th, Cleveland's 5th, Philly 6th, Miami even at 7th, Orlando at 8th. I bet they all think, hey, if we get this right at the right time, we have a shot to get through the East. And so I think there's a lot of teams in the East that this might be their year to strike. So I know the trade deadline could be a time for some of these teams in the East to go, what can we pick up from somewhere that pushes us over the top for a conference that is probably more gettable than it's been in a while?
Yeah, absolutely. With those key injuries, you're absolutely – the Eastern Conference is absolutely up for grabs. And Jason on the chat, not Jason in the host, it asks a question or makes a statement that I think absolutely speaks to what we're talking about. When you look at all the teams you just mentioned, Jason, those teams are aspiring movers. They're looking to grab a player or players that are going to elevate them to maybe make some noise this year. A chip in a chair, get in there, be like Indiana last year. They ended up, as we said, coming a quarter away from winning a title. Whereas Jason says the last GM got fired in part because they never acted on trades with all the talk all the time, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. In part, Monty McNair and Wes Wilcox aren't here anymore because of their inaction as much as their action. I don't pin De'Aaron Fox on them. I don't pin those late moves on them much at all, but I do pin Pascal Siakam not being acquired on them. Now, one of these days I want to get the answer here, because my key, as I try to still do post-mortem on Monty and Wes Wilcox, is, am I being fair in pinning it on their regime that Pascal Siakam didn't come here? Because the biggest reason he did not come here is the Kings weren't going to max him out on his deal as Indiana did. Now, if that was a Monty McNair, Wes Wilcox decision, then fair play. It's on them. But if for all we know, and I'm not saying this happened, I truly don't know. But Jason, for all we know, they desperately wanted to trade for Pascal Siakam, and ownership turned it down because they didn't want to go above the apron. I don't know.
Right.
But those were moves of opportunity. Scott Perry is not, or those were ascension moves. Those were moves meant to ascend this team. These are not the Scott Perry moves. His moves are actually moves of opportunity. Get rid of salary, get younger, get more athletic, and likely in the immediate get worse on the basketball floor. And those are two different situations.
Yeah. So, for example, like we've said in the past, like if they're a desire to move a LaVine or Sabonis or whatever, but the other team is wanting, in addition to that talent, like some of your future draft capital because of what they're taking on, I think that's a no. That should be a no, depending on exactly what you get back. But yeah, I think you could use maybe Keon as a sweetener if you're looking to move on from some of your current guys, or just have Keon in a move. But you could be right, Dave. Maybe you're also a facilitator in a bigger move. Like there's still reports about Milwaukee and Giannis and maybe being more open-minded to moving him. All right, well, that's a big ticket item. Certainly that's not a player that would be coming to Sacramento, but the Kings have some big contract players. Could they help facilitate some massive move with Milwaukee and Giannis to another team using one of their big players? I think they have to be very flexible in listening to all the other teams on where they can fit in on this trade deadline.
Well, speaking of, we have breaking news right now.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports breaking news.
According to Shams Charania, a two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo is ready for a new home at the February 5th NBA trade deadline or in the offseason, as several rival teams make aggressive offers to the Bucks for him. And the franchise is starting to listen. Now, this is going to be interesting when we talk to Sam tomorrow. Is Giannis went on record with Sam maybe 2 weeks ago saying, I'm not the type of guy that's going to make a trade demand. And I would say that even after that Shams Charania report, that is not a trade demand. That could also be taken as Giannis has mentally accepted that he's ready for a new home, and Milwaukee is listening to offers.
Yeah.
That means he's getting traded.
And I think there's something, and I apologize if I have this inaccurate, but there's something along the lines, Dave, where if he was traded by the deadline, to whatever Team X, and he has an opportunity in 6 months to be to extend his contract, but you need to be on that team by by this trade deadline. So there's probably a little bit more of an urgency to do that if the team that wants him wants to extend him. But yeah, I mean, it also says or in the off season. So I mean, there's a lot of coverage there on some of this thought. But he's not an easy guy to move. But it's a prime target. Could you imagine if you had 2 years in a row at the deadline where you had Luka and then Giannis dealt? Man.
Well. And I think you very, not luckily, it was very apropos when you were talking about before we had this news, if Giannis were to move, the Kings absolutely could factor in as a facilitator because they have a ton of contract that they can move. So what we're talking about here is, can Scott Perry be this year's San Antonio Spurs where, hey, we'll take a 2031 unprotected pick swap for taking Harrison Barnes. Hey, we'll facilitate this move or that move if you send some picks along with it. If there's some way, and I don't think they're getting any picks or pick swaps for Zach LaVine, but hell, if they can use these salaries to plug it in so that Giannis can go to a team he wants, ye freaking ha. And by the way, also far less crazy breaking news, but Jeremy Sohan, according to Mark Stein, and his camp, there's a tent, there's a little fireplace. They have received permission from the Spurs to explore a new home away from San Antonio. And that is, again, these are the types of moves you might want to put on your radar. Not for nothing, it may not seem like it. Jeremy Sohan would end up being younger than Nick Clifford on this roster, and he's been in the league for a while. So we'll talk about that a bit later as well. Still a ton to talk about. We'll switch up real quick. 4 down territory, and obviously Bill Belichick, a big part of this one. We'll get to all that and more. Football, 4 down territory next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
I'm just looking at stuff here, guys. Just looking at stuff. I really think the team to watch is the Spurs. With Giannis, I do. I think
I'd do it.
Yeah, I think if I'm the Spurs, I'm looking at
trade Fox.
They can't. I don't think they can. Can they yet? Because he just signed the extension. I could be wrong.
No, I don't know.
Let's assume I'm right, which is rare. But the Spurs, I was just reading the Shams article about, just the whole thing, and it said that the Bucks are willing to navigate it through the summer if their asking price of draft capital and a blue chip young player doesn't come to fruition. Well, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Dylan Harper make it work salary-wise. And if you were to throw in, I'm telling you, that 2031 Kings pick swap is huge.
Fox isn't trade eligible until February 4th.
And the trade deadline is when?
The 5th.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that would look, if they did that, that's a whole different ballgame.
That would be so funny.
It would be. It actually really would be. But let's assume, okay, for this, that makes it a lot easier. But I'm saying they could use Vassell, Johnson, and Harper, and there's a couple other combos in there. But let's just say Dylan Harper, and you decide to go with Fox and Castle, and then you do like the Kings pick swap and 2, maybe 3 future firsts. I don't think Milwaukee's getting a better deal out there unless OKC tries, and that's huge for them. If I'm the Spurs, that's exact. Can you imagine? You're rolling out. Let's say this is the deal. You're rolling out Fox, Castle, and then I guess Harrison Barnes, and you got a front line of Antetokounmpo and Victor Wembanyama. Now you're talking. The Spurs are already, I think, still the 2 seed in the West. That swings the pendulum because the Spurs are also looking at a future where they're going to have to knock heads with Oklahoma City, who's very young as well, for the next 5-10 years. Why wouldn't they want Antetokounmpo? I think the Spurs are the place to look at.
What's the young player you're saying, Harper?
Dylan Harper.
I'm trying to think if I'm the Bucks. I want Castle.
They're probably asking for Castle.
I mean, would you do something like this if you're the Bucks? Castle, and then I'm looking at expirings like Barnes, Olenek, Sohan, because I'll take a look at them, but I also like I'm if I'm moving Giannis, I'm rebooting, right? So we need to get cap freedom. So really, you're taking on Castle for Giannis, but then it's I need as many draft picks as I can get.
I don't know that I don't know that we're in the days of 4 and 5 draft picks. I
May not be, but I mean it's Giannis. And if you're the Spurs, you're going, look, I got Giannis, I kept Fox, I still have Harper, and I've got Wemby. If we can't put this together, then it's on us.
Well, then if I'm the Spurs, then what I'm probably doing is I'm giving them, and I'm not entirely aware of what their situation is, although I do think, if I remember correctly, don't the Spurs have some? Yeah, the Spurs have Atlanta's pick. So I give them Atlanta's pick this year. Does San Antonio? No, San Antonio's pick goes to Cleveland. So I give them. So that frees them up because that's Atlanta's pick. Yeah. So they can give Atlanta their pick this year. Then I think that would allow them to give them their own pick next year. I could be wrong on the Stepien rule there. But then I'm saying to the Bucks, if you want 4 first-round draft picks, fine. But then you're getting this year, next year, 2 years, and 2 years after, because that's when we're going to be the middle of our title run. Then I'd probably do 4 picks, but I don't know if I'd do Castle and 4 picks. I'd probably push for Harper, but maybe they feel differently. I don't know. But the point is, San Antonio has about 5 different ways of making this happen.
Yeah. Watch out for him.
Dude, a Wemby, Giannis front line. Oof. Anyways. First down.
Where would that put the Kings' timeline?
And how does it affect LeBron's legacy?
Bill Belichick was not voted in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. How bad of a look is this for the voters?
I mean, I think it's a bad look, dude. But also, I need to. There's no way of knowing this because. Hold on. Somebody just asked if Giannis agreed to sign here long term, would you trade Levine and a lot of picks for him?
That's your shortcut. But that's a great shortcut, though.
It is. It's about the best shortcut. No, I wouldn't, because I don't think you're winning a title. You're not going to have the draft capital to help you, and you don't have enough to go around. You basically Giannis would be substituting Milwaukee for Sacramento, and pretty much the same exact situation. So, agree? Disagree?
Similar, right? I mean, very similar.
Yeah.
I think there's a few more potential ways to get out of some of the contract. You have Sabonis that you could move. I think you could have Levine. You'd be moving Levine, even DeRozan. But yeah, I mean, the Kings are not a player away.
No, they're
even
not.
A player as good as Giannis.
Yeah. Anyways, back to Belichick. The NFL, of course, is not open about their voting. I would want to talk to the people that didn't vote for him. Now, if they say we're making him miss a year because of Spygate and Deflategate, baseball does it with steroids and the whole PED thing and gambling and all that. We're not saying he's not going to get in. We're saying he gets to wait a year. I don't think I agree with that, Jason Ross, but it's literally the only possible justification. You have the greatest, let me put it this way. You have the most accomplished head football coach of all time in the National Football League. And he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's it. That is the only reason I can accept, is if there's some guys being petty or whatever saying he's going to wait a year for the cheating stuff.
Yeah. I think it's a terrible look because right now we all have an opinion now of the committee that is, and what it'd have to be about 10 votes or more that didn't allow him to get in. So there's more than 10 people. Obviously, I'm going to assume that there's 30 plus that said yes. So it's a reflection on that group that's like, yeah, this guy's a Hall of Famer. There's not even a question. Well, there's that. There's the whole rumor, whatever, if it was real or not, with Bill Polian, like maybe setting up a coup, like this guy.
He doesn't remember who he voted for.
Exactly. Then you hear that and you're going, wait, what is going on? What's the real story there? I just feel like it's why is this group like setting, you know what, we're going to be a secondary punishment for someone? He already was punished for Spygate. The team was already punished. He was already punished. People have their opinions on it, and now as someone who votes, I'm going to give my own punishment. This is me making the decision on. I just feel like it's a holier than thou. And look, ultimately I'm going to let him in, but not now. Like, what are we doing? Come on, it's a terrible look.
I want to be clear that I agree with you. I do. I do agree with you. But let me ask you: is there, when you say he was already punished, is there something there where you say, yeah, but also you could argue these PED users were already punished too, and the Hall of Fame is still punishing them? Well, then again, no, because you and I both agree the PED guy should be in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they deserve to be there. Like, there's a few guys that are questionable. Bonds is not, but they're keeping him out because of that reason. Well, then, like, if that's a justification to keep him out of Hall of Fame, then he shouldn't be coaching anymore. Like, he cheated. If the reference is he cheated, there's no reward, well, then kick him out of the sport. And they didn't. He kept coaching and kept winning and is the greatest coach or second greatest or third. Wherever you put him, he's on the list. And to say, no, as a voter, I'm going to make my point. I just think that's, why are you voting?
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with you. It's a bad look, dude. It is a really, really, really bad look. Question, second down, 2.
Which new head coaching hire will have the biggest impact in the 2026 season?
When you say impact, Jason, you mean, can I boil that down to which? Are you asking which head coach is his new team is going to have the greatest winning percentage increase or culture change or whatever, or are you referring to something else?
I have no idea what I meant.
Because I would say John Harbaugh. I think the Giants are in a very similar position to where the Bears were last year when they got Ben Johnson. I think they are coiled. I think they have some fantastic pieces. They're going to get some better pieces in the draft. They've got cap space. The Giants are in a really, really good spot. And if they do things right, I think Harbaugh is going to do well with them. By the way, Todd Monken announced as the Cleveland Browns head coach a couple breaks ago. We got distracted by Giannis. But also, Jason, let me say this, and I'm being serious here. I don't know who the Raiders' new head coach is, but depending on who that is, and if the Raiders do what I think they're going to do this summer, it very well could be the new Las Vegas Raiders head coach.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think impact will logically, we'd go, wow, this team won this many games this year and then this the next year. And I think Harbaugh has the benefit of that. So do the Raiders. Like, if they go from just a couple wins this year to 8 or 9, that's a huge increase and that's a huge impact. So I think you're right. They've got a chance. I'd throw Kevin Stefanski. I think he's a good coach. I think he's been a 2-time coach of the year, but now that he's going to the Falcons, I think that team's underachieved a little bit. So he's one, but yeah, I think Harbaugh's the first one because of his track record and what the Giants have now and what they can become. I think he has the best chance.
Chris, let us know. We are late for a break. When we get back, I think we can do it quickly. We'll still knock out third and fourth down because I think those are quick answers. What's hot, what's not, and then we'll recap the 3 in the key. See how we did for the Kings and the Knicks. All coming up in your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey,
we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, what's happening for the Start Something New sales event?
If you're struggling to find the heavy-duty Ram you need, you'll find it at Hoblet. Plus, right now you can save up to $12,500 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500s, starting as low as $46,995.
Well, what makes Hoblet the best place to get a new Ram truck?
It's simple. We are truck people and have the truck you want at the best prices. We have over 400 new Rams available, one of the best selections of new Rams in all of California. Unlike the other guys that only have a handful of heavy-duty Rams, we have hundreds. If you need a heavy-duty Ram, Hoblet has it.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$12,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $3,500 factory rebates and $9,000 Hoblet discounts. Rebates include $2,000 select inventory cash on select inventory, $500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit, 5% net savings, $46,995 for 2026 Ram 2500 Tradesman, VIN number 190143. See dealer for details.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/fast. That's ethos.com/fast.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Is coach hot?
The Los Angeles Clippers?
Huh?
They have won 16 of their last 19 games, which is crazy because their previous 19 games, they lost 16 of 19 games. They're the first team in NBA history to have a stretch where they lost at least 16 of 19 and a stretch where they won at least 16 of 19 at any point in the same season, let alone back-to-back.
So they're 500 over the last 38?
That's correct.
Wow.
Look at the big brain on Brad.
Wow. Okay, well, if somebody's hot, then who's not?
The Brooklyn Nets. They lost to the Suns yesterday, 106-102. They've only won one of their last 10 games, and they are currently tied for the worst losing streak in the NBA at 6.
But did they have fun? Did they try hard?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing fun anywhere.
Okay.
His name isn't Jordy Fernandez.
You know, I'm looking. Also, somebody sent me this. Not only does San Antonio have a bunch of their picks, but man, they got a lot of pick swaps too. They really do. Somebody sent me this old trade. The Bucks would trade Giannis to the San Antonio Spurs. Basically, the Bucks would acquire Zach LaVine, Dylan Harper, and Carter Bryant. Money works. And they would get, I guess there's a Chicago pick swap this year, 9-30, so top 8 protected. They have the 2028 Boston pick swap. That's number 1 protected, so 2 through 30 possibility. They have Dallas's unprotected pick swap in 2030. And then they have the Kings unprotected pick swap in 2031. There's some pretty prime pick swaps that they'd be sending over. The Spurs would get Giannis and Keon Ellis. So the Kings would trade Zach LaVine and Keon Ellis. The Kings would acquire Bobby Portis, Keldon Johnson, Kelly Olynyk, and Jeremy Sohan. Sohan and Olynyk are expirings. Keldon makes 17.5 next year. Bobby Portis makes 13.5 next year and the year after. So they would take on an extra year of Bobby Portis at 13.5. And to be honest with you, I don't have an issue with that. We don't want to take on any extra money. I actually like Bobby Portis. That's going to solve your power forward issue, at least for now. I don't know. That's interesting. Point being, the Spurs have a lot of stuff they can work with.
And I think that it's, based on them knowing earlier this year they beat the Thunder a couple of times, maybe that gives them some confidence. But I mean, if you think about like I just have a vision of a back end of a zone for whatever reason of the Spurs putting Giannis and Wemby just with their arms out. Yeah. Like on each side, they're not even in the paint and their arms are out. And you're like, try to get in here.
Also, remember the golden rule nobody ever talks about. 98% of the time when superstars are traded, they go to the opposite conference.
Yeah.
It almost always happens that way. Real quick, Christopher Law, give us a third down. I do want to pay that off real quick.
Better OC hire Brian Daboll to Tennessee to work under Saleh or Mike McDaniel to Chargers to work with Harbaugh?
Yeah, I think for me, and this is no offense to Brian Daboll, but Mike McDaniel is one of the best offensive minds in the game. He might just be one of those OCs that's not a head coach or at least not ready yet. I'm really excited to see him work with Justin Herbert. They need to add some skill guys, but I think that's the better hire.
I do too. I think that's a good one though for Saleh to get Daboll. That's a guy that's been a head coach. If you're comfortable enough as your current job with a head coach to have a guy that probably wants your job and you hire him, that's good. To be comfortable there. But yeah, McDaniel with Herbert and Harbaugh, that's been kind of a run-oriented offense more so. I'd like to see what McDaniel could do with that group.
And fourth down, please.
With Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh, is it more or less likely that Aaron Rodgers returns to the Steel City?
It's more likely, I think. He had a very good working relationship with Mike McCarthy. He knows him. Mike knows him very well. I don't think Rodgers is going back there, but if the odds were he had a 10% chance, I don't know, of going back to the Steelers a week ago, I think they're now 30%. That's the best I can do.
So when you think he's not going back, you think he's retiring?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. I do. I think he's probably retiring.
I don't think this would. Yeah, I think this would help in the odds of him coming back. But yeah, I just don't know what Aaron Rodgers wants to do, and I think he's right that you wait. You don't make that decision right when the season ends. You got to think about it, see if you were ready to go through the grind, through the camps, or all that stuff. But he could still play. He's not the 4-time MVP he once was, but he's still pretty good.
Right. No, I totally agree. All right, let's recap it. 3 in the key. Kings, Knicks. Wait, really? Is that the music? Do I do a song for this or no? For a recap?
Yeah.
Sometimes. I just do it for a coming up, right?
No.
Do I do it for both?
Yeah.
I mean, it's your thing.
All right, re-rack the music then. Fine. Sorry, I missed my cue. Go ahead. 3 in the key.
The San Francisco.
Way to go, Dave.
Almost there.
I can't. How's that my fault?
Because you told me to re-rack it, and we've had problems with Zeta, so I'm trying to get this set.
Okay,
now.
You don't have to re-rack it. I can just do it. Oh, or not. King played last night versus the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. Watching that fourth quarter, it made me almost have an attack in my heart. And this is James Harden. I could have said Javier Bardem. Last night, the Kings lost, and they lost at Madison Square Garden. Oh my God, it was so painful in the fourth quarter. I'd rather watch play James Harden. probably rather watch James Harden play, but also half bell. I can't really sing that loud either because there's people working outside this door who have no idea what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden the weird guy is singing a song. Well, twice now.
There's that weird guy again.
There's that weird guy again who may be cleaned up on 3. By the way, breaking show news. Sorry, MC and friends, but
hey, Cal.
Katie Christensen. The schedule. We have film and things, and I can't
playing?
come on today. Yeah, right. What does she need? Why is she breaking film down?
How stupid are you going to guys look when she comes off the bench tomorrow?
Ooh.
Yes.
Put that in my random stat.
If Katie comes off the bench against Philadelphia, we're going to look stupid.
You're right, Dave. It's us.
Oh, dude. This is now the talk. They're showing the video from last night as Mike Brown hugged DeMontis Sabonis, Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, and the Kings staff. Doug Christie, meanwhile, made a beeline for Clyde Frazier. So, love the drama.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think about them not hugging, Jason?
What?
I don't care.
Oh.
Back to you.
All right. Our predictions yesterday. Kings leading scorer. Dave, you predicted it would be DeMontis Sabonis with 21. I, too, said DeMontis Sabonis with 21. Chris said DeMar DeRozan with 24. Chris was closest. DeMar DeRozan had 34.
Oh.
Good job, Chris. We then asked the Kings' largest lead in the game and the Knicks' largest lead. Dave, you said it'd be wire to wire. Kings would never lead, and the Knicks' largest lead would be 22. I said the Kings' largest lead would be 6. Largest Knicks lead would be 19, and Chris said 8 for the Kings, 15 for the Knicks. Looks like I was closest on this one. 5 for the Kings, 18. I was off by 1 on each.
Well done, Jason. That's like a two-parter.
Yeah, it is.
Good for you.
And then, Dave, your random stat, you said Doug Christie and Mike Brown would have to be separated and both get technicals. Well, they were separated. They just didn't have to be.
They didn't shake hands. They
hugged other people.
They hugged other people. So I think I get it half right. They didn't get technical fouls, but they were separated.
Yeah, they get questioned.
Yeah.
I said Jalen Brunson would score 35 points or more. He scored 28. And Chris said Mike Brown would lose a challenge. Did he?
He did.
Oh.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yes.
This isn't a Chris thing.
No.
Are you sure? I'm not
positive.
Remembering. What was the play?
Let's put it this way: if we do the research,
it was right after Doug's challenge.
If we do
the research and Mike Brown,
I would ask Katie because he brought up. They both don't have challenges now, going into the fourth quarter. Yeah, Dave, you really cleaned up on this one.
Well, you know what? I don't have a good response. We'll take a break. When we come back.
Got him.
When we come back. Yeah, I don't know, Jason. Top of the hour. We'll not talk to Katie Christensen. We will not ask her about the road trip. We will not ask her about the weather out there. And we will not ask her to preview Philadelphia. So you know what we'll do? We'll do a smorgasbord. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of stuff left over we could talk about. Also, you know what? All request radio in the text line. All request radio. We will take your requests for the next 24 minutes. The segment is yours. And as long as it's within reason, we will touch on the subject. If the subject gives us permission, by the way. And then we will also get to what's on deck and crosstalk with Matt and Kayla right after this.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands, not amusing. musings.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Taxes was feeling unwelcome. Now Taxes is an open door, literally, to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts in person.
Hi, welcome in.
They're powered by smart tech and ready to do your taxes for you. Get real-time updates while you go about your day. Confident your taxes are done right. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. TurboTax store is opening soon. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Progressive Insurance knows pets, and one of the biggest differences between people and pets is that we don't eat things off the floor. But dogs definitely will, and it makes them so happy, no matter what it looks like, smells like, or what state of decomposition it's in. We all want to go through life that carefree, and that's also why you should get Progressive Pet Insurance, because they eat things off the floor. So protect your pet from all the questionable life decisions they make. You know where they drink from when you're gone, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Some guy texted, or Justin texted, said, he loves me singing a cappella, but doesn't like us predicting. Three in the key. That's the exact opposite of what I think the opinion would be. They love the opinions. The singing can go away. From the 916, guys, can we talk about the Hornets beating the Sixers, Lakers, Nuggets, and Thunder? People say LaMelo Ball isn't serious about winning. For the month of January, they had the number 1 offense and the number 6 defense. I don't know. I don't want to take any credit away from the Hornets. But it reminds me, we bring this up every once in a while, and I always forget who it is, but I want to say, remember when the Kings, was it the Walt Williams era, where they beat like the Hornets and the Wizards by like 50 or something on consecutive games? And they were terrible. The Kings were terrible. But they just went on this like little mini run. Like that's a lot longer of a sample size, don't get me wrong. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the Hornets. The Hornets are very similar to the Kings, man. They just seem like they had their Larry Johnson glory days, Zoe Morning, but they're just perpetually on this. They're 19 and what, 28? Like, they've won 3 in a row. They've won 6 of 10, but what do I take from that? They're 19 and 28. Like, they've had a good month. Also, the Nuggets aren't the Nuggets right now. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
I don't know how you feel about the Kings having the playoff drought record.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep it, just to say, like, look, that's still something that's that this franchise at least has. Or if you keep rooting, or we keep rooting against Charlotte, they'll be in double figures now when they don't make the postseason this year. They're getting closer.
Is it weird for me to say I actually want us to keep that record?
Okay.
Because I like when I'm talking to people and it's like, dude, if you're a Kings fan, you're the most loyal person in the world. Like, we literally missed the playoffs for more consecutive years than anyone in history. Like, I like to be able to say that. And then also when the Kings win a championship, I want them to say, and the team that missed the playoffs more than any other team that holds the record for the biggest, longest playoff drought is now your world champions. Up is down, down is up, cats woof, dogs meow. I want that. I want that to be your call.
Well, what's amazing about the record that the Kings have is, like, just looking at the current playoff drought, the Hornets are first, so they'll likely get to 10 this year, 10 years. After that, it's the Spurs, who are at 6, and that's going to change. And then, Dave, the third worst or third longest drought is 4 seasons. And it's the Blazers and the Wizards. So Blazers have a chance. Wizards, it'll get to 5. But, like, it cycles through it. So the point being, man, to have 16-plus seasons without making the playoffs is really difficult to do.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're in a league, as you said, with 30 teams, over half make the playoffs, and you miss. I mean, we I don't want to do this every day because I can understand fans will get tired of it. I don't mind being honest about how bad the Kings are and have been, but I don't want to belabor it like we already know. But it's just, honestly, the Kings are a bottom 5 successful franchise in sports. They just are historically terrible. They're terrible this year. We got a taste of it a few years ago, 3 years ago. They're terrible again. They're going to be terrible for a while. And I hope that this is look, everybody had to do it, right? At some point, the Seattle Seahawks weren't that great.
Yeah.
At some point, the Patriots were, that point was last year. We're at rock bottom. At some point, we talked about it 3 seasons ago. The Thunder were a bottom 5 team, as was Detroit, as was Houston. It can happen to other teams. Surely it could happen to us. Just out of the power of probability, we should get some good luck.
Hey, there are 5 organizations currently that have gone 10 years or more without winning a playoff series. How many do you think you can name?
Kings.
Yes.
Hornets.
Yes. Those are the top 2. For the Hornets, it was 2002 Eastern Conference first round. Last time they won. Kings 2004 Western Conference first round.
Pelicans?
Nope. All the other 3 are all in the East.
Wizards?
No.
Nets?
Nope.
Hawks? No, they had that run. Magic?
Yes.
Bulls?
Yes. 10 years, 15 for the Magic, and then there's one team that's gone 17 seasons without winning a playoff series in the East.
Is it Detroit?
It is Detroit.
Wow.
Basketball.
And was that their championship year?
No, 2008 semifinal. Eastern semis was their last win.
Bush was in office.
Which they currently are 2.5 games out of the best record in the NBA.
Crazy.
So why can't we be Detroit?
Why can't we? 2 years ago, worst record in the league, longest losing streak in the history of the league, and now they're the 1 seed.
I think the thing that would really, understandably, scare Kings fans. Last year they were 44-38, and they lost to the Knicks in the first round. That was a fun series, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The year before that was when they were 14-68. That's a 171 winning percentage, Jason. So let's just go here. 14, 17, 23, 20, and 20 wins for Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the year before that, they were 500. They lost to the Bucks. They got swept. And then they had, 39, 37. So last year, they had, in 15, 16, they were 44 and 38. But let's just pick it up in 1920, okay? 2019, 2020, not 1920.
Oh, okay.
Weird. Yeah. Obviously you've got COVID in there with the 72 games, but still they won 20, 20, 23, 17, and 14 games. And by the way, so that right there is 5 seasons of ineptitude. Terrible, terrible basketball. On top of that, we talked about it. Bad luck, good luck. They had the fortunate luck of their number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham, who's now a superstar, barely being able to get on the floor for a couple of years, which allowed them to be terrible, which allowed them to amass more picks. And by the way, one of those lottery picks was Jaden Ivey, who is one of the NBA players of all time. So that right there is 5 seasons in which they won 94 games in 5 seasons. That is an average of, well, it's just not a lot. As a matter of fact, that's under 20 wins a season.
Right.
I'm saying this for a reason. Let me just look at Oklahoma City real quick. Let me look at, because they're the gold standard, right, of rebuilding. I mean, my goodness gracious. Let's just take a quick look. So they were 57 and 25 2 years ago, and they lost in the conference semifinals last year. Obviously, 68-14 won the whole thing.
Yeah, they never really had they had what, two bad years in a row?
Well, in 2019-2020, in the COVID year, they lost in the first round of the Rockets in 7 games. They went 22 and 50, 24 and 58, 40 and 42. So 3 straight years of missing the playoffs, 3 straight years of lottery picks. That was their, you just said, and I agree with you, that they didn't really have a rebuild, but they still were bad for 3 years.
Yeah, but again, I think that's why when we talk about, the merits of tanking or losing or getting the best lottery pick, it's a case by case. Everyone is different. Detroit would be the one I would say that's done this through the lottery primarily. OKC, this whole thing transformed on the Shai Gilgeous trade. So they had the asset in Paul George that was something that was coveted. And that helped get them not only a ton of draft picks in a time where people were willing to do that, and they got a player that ended up being an MVP. There's no way the Clippers would redo that trade again. They just wouldn't. No. But they didn't know at the time that SGA would become the player that he became.
The San Antonio Spurs playoff run, in which they made the playoffs and either won a championship or got close, every year their run started in the 97-98 season. You want to talk about the Kings missing the playoffs for 16 straight years. From 1997 to 1998, the San Antonio Spurs made the playoffs and won several titles. They did not miss the playoffs from 97-98 to 2019-2020. That's a dynasty. That is sustained competition. Now let's look at this. The Spurs won 32, 33, 34, 22, 22, and 34 games last year before they got to this year. Now you would say, okay, well, the Thunder's Paul George trade was the Spurs' Victor Wembanyama.
Mm-hmm.
And Stephon Castle, because Wemby missed, much of that season. But that's what you have to create your own luck. Like you said, we don't have the piece in Paul George to turn into Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which took a ton of luck.
Right.
So the only thing you can really do is hope that you land on a Wembanyama, you land on a Castle, you land on these types of players. Even then, best case scenario for the Spurs, they got the unicorn at number 1. They have 2 straight rookies of the year. Then, oh, by the way, they got Dylan Harper, the number 2 pick in the draft last year. They acquired all the stuff they've done. They still were under 500 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive years. What is my point in all this? My point is, and I think I'm going to start really leaning in on this, and the Kings aren't going to like this, and the fans aren't going to like this, and I'm sorry, but it's always about what I think my truth is. Everybody needs to, if you haven't already, adjust your expectations on what you expect the Kings to do, regardless of trade deadline. Because if the Kings do everything right, including make good drafts, trades, all of it, they are almost certainly looking at another 2 to 3 seasons of being irrelevant on top of this season. That means this year, next year, almost certainly the year after. And then probably, I would say like 55% the year after that. That's if they do it right. That's if they don't take shortcuts. That's if they don't do win now trades. That's if they do things the right way, the Detroit way, the OKC way, the San Antonio way, hell, maybe even the Houston way, you could argue. And I want people to be prepared for that. Because I don't know how else it happens. I don't know how else they get relevant sooner.
Yeah, I'm looking at the last 5 draft picks, number ones, right? So going back 5 years, Cade Cunningham was 5 years ago. This will be the second year that they will make the playoffs. So it took him till year 5 and year 6 to get to that team into the playoffs for a couple years in a row. Right. Paolo Banchero, it didn't happen right away. They've been a playoff team, though, and so it took a little while, but they're still not the best of the East. But, look, they got a good team. Victor Wembanyama is now in his 3rd season and is yet to be in the playoffs. It will happen this year. Reece Shea 2 years ago, Atlanta, and then Cooper Flagg this year, and they're still well below 500 trying to get into the play-in.
That's right.
And these are some pretty good picks, too. Really good picks.
Pretty good. And give me the teams again of the picks you read. Just give me the teams real quick, starting with the first one.
Detroit in 2021.
Detroit, number two in the league, as you said, on the way up.
2022 was Orlando.
Orlando has been they're kind of they're a better team, but they're kind of a treadmill. I mean, they're just kind of no one expects them to contend. That's to me, that's a better situation than Sacramento, kind of, because I don't know if Orlando is a player away from winning a championship. I feel like they're on a sustained playoff run in the East where they're a first round out, maybe a second round out, but not a championship team.
Then the Spurs.
Spurs on their way up, one of the 2 to 3 best young upcoming teams in the league.
Hawks.
I think I'd love to be in their spot right now. All signs pointing up for the Hawks. And by the way, that wasn't still too early, but it's not like Reece Shea is, Anthony Edwards or Victor Wembanyama yet.
And then Dallas.
And then Dallas is a weird one because I'm very interested to see what they get in the eventual Anthony Davis trade. Also, Kyrie Irving, I don't even know what he does. I think he's hurt, but what is he? What is going on there? So they have, in Davis and Irving, you would assume assets that they can get positive value back from. And they have a guy who, for his age, is having one of the best 18-year-old seasons of all time and is already having Zion Williamson type hype.
Well, and what's interesting to kind of back up the point of how it can take a while, they are also the biggest lottery winners. And what I mean by that is they were a play-in team. They weren't a bottom 2 team. They jumped 9 spots to win the lottery. And so you'd think, wow, with Cooper Flagg, they may just jump right into a 4 seed. And that hasn't happened for them. Partly the injuries too, for sure.
By the way, I was looking too. Houston, they made the playoffs in 2019-2020, lost in the semis to the Lakers, beat the Thunder in 7 games. And then they went 17-20-22 wins. That's 3. And then they were 41-41 last year. And then, or 41-41 the year before, sorry. And then 52-30 last year. And they're obviously, right around there right now. But even there, I mean, even if you count the 500 year, they missed the playoffs. They weren't above 500. That's 4 years. That is 4 years of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just, the more and more you look, it is incredibly rare that a team that is doing a full rebuild, which all signs look like the Kings are doing, It is very rare for them to turn it around in anything less than 3 seasons.
Yeah, Houston and OKC are interesting examples to me because I think we get back to the ring culture. Like if you're not going to win a championship, is the run successful? Well, OKC got to the finals, had generational players in Harden, Westbrook, and Durant, eventually moved off of all of those as they kept getting closer and closer, could not get over the top. And then with the new group, they actually win the title. Houston was right there. They were one of the best teams in the NBA with James Harden and Chris Paul, that whole group that was, really getting Capella, and they were good. They were really good. They had chances at it, couldn't get over the top. They tear it down, and now they're trying it again in a different formation. And so, it's interesting that these organizations have been able to get a couple of different cracks at it with different rosters, basically.
Yeah.
A lot of times some teams just keep going with the same group to see if they can break through or add on and get more titles.
Yeah. By the way, Houston wins that title, I think, if Paul doesn't hurt his hamstring.
Could be. And what a difference that would be.
Who is it in here I saw? 11th North is a chatter I don't recognize from that often, but welcome in for sure. I'm full conspiracy mode on the Spurs. I love this one. Wemby wasn't enough to win them games. The NBA wants him as the face of the league, so they gift the Spurs great picks to make sure Wemby succeeds. Okay. But then my question would be, why, if they're going to do that, why did Wemby go to a bottom 3 market in the NBA? Why wouldn't Wemby have gone to New York, LA, Dallas like they did with Cooper Flag? You're really going to put the face of the NBA in San Antonio? It's like David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Like I think San Antonio. I think the thing the NBA likes the most about all of San Antonio's championships and Oklahoma City's championships is that they can point to the parity and the fact that, unlike baseball, small markets can win the whole thing and they can form dynasties. They love to be able to say that in arguments. That's the best thing they get out of it. But if you're telling me the NBA in the back room would rather have the Thunder or the Spurs or the Kings or the Blazers or the Magic, you'd rather have them winning than the Lakers and Knicks. And no, not from a financial standpoint. So I don't know, Jason. I don't hate anybody for anything.
Yeah, that's right. Don't hate anybody for anything. Let's go.
Can this fan base handle that?
Well, I mean, the interesting thing is, if we were to come on here today and say, or Scott Perry said it, which ironically I think is the right thing for him to say, but because he, in this reincarnation of the job he has here, he just got here, really. So I believe if he came out and said Kings fans need to be patient, that would land terribly. Even though for him, in fairness to him, he this isn't his roster completely. Some of it is. Right. So I think if we were to say those words, Kings fan, there's eye roll, like, patient. We've been patient forever. Yes, and yes, and yes. But I don't know what the alternative is. I mean, if Kings fans truly said, I don't care, let's win at all costs, I think that's a dramatic mistake. And say, like, make 2 trades today, I don't care, add Ja, add this. And it's like, they'll be better right away. Maybe even somehow the back end of this year they make some weird push for 10. Okay. Are they better? Are they going to be better in the long term? I don't think so. So I think we're in it. We're right in the middle. Maybe even it's still in the infancy of it because the roster hasn't been torn apart. It kind of has to get the full tear apart, identify the pieces that you think can start doing this, and build. And it's not a fun time to be in, but I think that's probably, not probably, I think it is the best route.
I think you're exactly right. And I think that's.
And I'd rather be faster, Dave. I know you would too. Like, I don't disagree with you saying, like, it's probably going to be a year, another year, maybe even another year. If it happened next year, no one's mad, but that's rare. I don't think they're, one draft, one creative free agency and a trade away, and you go, and all those things will help. But is that jumping a 12-win team to, at this time next year, 36-12? I would be stunned.
The other thing is, and this, look, this also is one of those, like, it's not entirely fault things because of the size of our arena. But the Kings are also historically like a bottom 10 attendance team too.
Right.
Like they really are. The Kings have never been. Now, again, let me be clear. A lot of that's for example, I'm going to defend, not that we need to, but the Sacramento Kings in 2002 were 15th in attendance in the league. In 02, I mean, we're talking the glorious of glory year.
Right.
But that's because their arena held 17,317, whereas the Spurs, who were number one that year, 22,000. Yeah. Wizards, 20,000. Sixers, 20,000. So what I like to look at is capacity, and the Kings had 100% capacity. That being said, that's not where they're at right now. So I don't feel for the franchise because they put themselves in this spot with their previous decisions. Okay, I don't have sympathy for that. You made this bed. But there also is the thing where I don't know what the answer is. This, let me be clear as we go to break here. This isn't me in any way, shape, or form saying, hey, fans, you need, like, they're spending hard-earned money on this stuff. What I fear is that the Kings in their, accounting rooms, they have, they're running their business. And the more you rebuild, look, it's just the way it goes. Attendance goes down. It goes down. It happens. People want to see winners. Doesn't mean they're bandwagoners. It means they want to see winners. I really sound like I'm making out with the franchise here. I'm really proud of them for deciding to go with a full rebuild. As long as they stay on this track, I'm going to be really proud of them, and I'm going to support it. And I'm going to support them vocally. And I hope that they're able to have the strategy and the patience and the discipline, all of it, to be able to sustain the rebuild and not panic at some point because numbers are down and say, guys, we got to get people back in this building, because ultimately that's how you get back on the treadmill. Just see it out, and the fans will do their part, especially when fruits of the labor start showing up. But it's tough, Jason. It's not, nobody's feeling sorry for billionaires, but it's tough looking at those budgets. And I'm not talking about the billionaires. I'm talking about the heads of sales and ticketing, and these guys get budgets, and it's tough.
Yeah, and I think the trick there is, I get it, you're a business, you're trying to make money, but if you're asking your fan base potentially to be patient, well, then you better be patient as well.
Right, and that's the key, man. That is 100% the key. Okay, listen, we will take a break. When we come back, we're barreling towards the end of the program. My goodness, what's on deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. We'll clean up another couple of things, and then I believe, Jason Ross, I was asking you during the break if you had any updates on what's going on at Gonzalez Law. Do you?
You know what, Dave? You're in luck. I do.
I freaking knew it. All coming up right after this.
The 10th Annual Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration is Thursday, February 5th at the Golden One Center, inducting the class of 2026, plus honoring all of our past inductees. See Sacramento's 50 greatest athletes of all time.
This is Bill Cartwright.
This is Jerry Royster.
This is Tony the Tiger Lopez.
This is Dusty Baker, proud member of the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame. Join us Thursday, February the 5th at the Golden One Center for Sacramento's best sports night of the year.
Get your tickets now at sacsportshof.com.
Hey there. Here is that update on Gonzalez Law. Jason Ross here to tell you about Jonathan Gonzalez, a lawyer that is local. You've seen a lot of commercials on TV that have this law firm and that law firm, and they're big, just a juggernaut. But look, they're not. They claim to be local, but they're not. You're not going to reach that person, that figurehead that you see on those television commercials. How about someone that's here, that's one of us, that's been in Sacramento, that's helped many people in our area for a long, long time? Well, that's Jonathan Gonzalez. In fact, he was just dominant in the courtroom when needed there in the years of 2016, 2017, 2018. How about 2019? Yeah, undefeated as a trial lawyer during that time. No case is too big. No case is too small. He is here to help. Whether you need that criminal defense, whether you need questions or you have questions about an auto accident you've been in, maybe a wrongful termination case, a sexual harassment case, saclegaldefense.com. Gonzalez Law. Jonathan Gonzalez is his name, 916-304-9187. Or how about if you have something that happened in your past? It's kind of still hanging around with you. You'd like to remove it from your record. He can help you with that. And all you have to do is call that number at 916-304-9187. It's Gonzalez Law, SacLegalDefense.com. Again, 916-304-9187.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit revivemenshealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
As another new year begins, I'm reflecting on all that has happened. I'm filled with gratitude for the Golf to Go show guests who've trusted us with their time, their thoughts, and their dreams. People like putter magician Scotty Cameron, First Tee's Angie Dixon, former football great Peyton Manning, LPGA legend Nancy Lopez, the heralded team at Hagen Oaks like Ken Morton Jr., Tom Morton, PGA Golf to Go's resident on-air playing coach, and Mike Woods, PGA Director of Golf, and all the PGA professionals and guests who've educated and informed us over last year's 52 shows. Thanks also to you, our loyal listeners, who are there every week with compliments and suggestions when we might get a bit off track. Thanks also to the game that brings us all together. Thanks to the millions of men, women, boys, and girls who play the game. Thanks to the able-bodied, and thanks also to the programs that nurture those in need of a lift, like the California Eagles, PGA Hope, and many more. We are fortunate for our world-class golf and to have lived life and had a chance to play the game. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-511-4545. That's 800-511-4545.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Just had an interesting moment as I was going to get a hot chocolate here in the New York offices of Huddersfield Town Football Club, and I passed someone's desk on my way back from the coffee bar. I said, "Hey, how much longer is left in the show?" I said, "Oh, we got about a half hour." And I said, and they go, "Oh, celebrity birthdays?" I went, "What?" "Yeah." "How'd you know?" She goes, "Oh, we got the monitor over here always." And I go around this corner I never go around. And, oh, by the way, hello, everybody watching. Hi. Apparently they stream the show in a little corner. And they say, "Oh, he's doing a radio show in the other room."
How about that?
Apologies,
Listeners everywhere.
Listeners everywhere. Yeah, our UK transplant listener database has just gone through the roof. So, hey, thanks for that. And sorry about 1776. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, not sorry, actually. What's on that brought to you?
Dave?
What? Yeah.
Too soon. Yeah.
You might have made a mistake as well of telling me that they can see me.
Oh, God. Wait.
Huh?
But you're not on. Oh, God. Yeah, they're not going to love that. I completely, everybody watching here, disown the disgusting Manchester City fan I'm forced to work with. It's like legally I have to work with them. It's in the contract. I don't know how that happened, but barf. What is on tap? Jason, Lakers at Cavs.
Some saying finals preview. I don't know who, but some.
Some, probably a Laker fan. Hornets at Grizzlies. The suddenly, as our texter pointed out earlier, the suddenly on fire Charlotte Hornets. They've won 6 of 10. That is one of the games in the NBA tonight. Hornets and Grizz.
Do you miss the Bobcats? Or are they always the Hornets to you?
They were always the Hornets to me. They really were. I don't have any like. I'm sure somebody has done it, but like, what was the like signature Bobcats moment? What was it like if they were going to do like the, I will remember you montage? What would be, I don't know, because whenever honestly, if I'm being like brutally honest here, whenever somebody mentions the Bobcats, I think about Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
That's what it's literally the first thing that pops into my head because of everything went down around that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because didn't that started the whole thing?
No, but they were still the Hornets though, weren't they?
No, then New Orleans became the Hornets.
Yeah. And then the Pelicans.
Okay, so they were in New Orleans, but it was the New Orleans Hornets that went to Oklahoma City.
New Orleans, OKC, then they went back to New Orleans, became the Pelicans.
Yeah.
The Hornets were the Hornets, then they became the Bobcats. Now they're the Hornets again. It's really easy.
Yeah. In your face. Although
the Hornets moved to New Orleans, then Katrina, they moved to Oklahoma City. And then they went back to New Orleans, and then after that, Charlotte got the Bobcats.
Right.
And then
Oklahoma City got
the Thunder.
I thought that was an X.
Oh, they were the Sonics that became the Thunder.
The Sonics.
Yeah, it's a team that no longer exists. And then, then when you had the Hornets in New Orleans and they flew back to Charlotte after the Pelicans came in, and so the Bobcats then left. The Bobcats become the Hornets.
Where do the Memphis Grizzlies fit into all of this?
Oh, they were in Vancouver, which is really easy to figure out. And then they went to Memphis. Yeah. And the Kings,
we still don't have
they've always been in Sacramento for 100 years.
And the Lakers are the Lakers because of the lakes in Los Angeles.
Correct.
No, they were in Minnesota.
Oh,
no. They had 10,000 lakes. No, that would actually be a really funny one of those skits.
Oh, so then the Jazz, all the music in Utah?
Oh, in Utah.
No, they don't allow music there.
Oh, so wait, what? Are they?
Yeah.
The Utah non-musics?
Why have the Jazz never changed their name?
To what? Like the Lakers?
That would be great. Okay, we're gonna trade names, everybody.
Oh, name trade? That's a good game.
It should be the New Orleans Jazz.
Yes.
It should be the Utah Lakers because of Salt Lake.
Minnesota?
Okay, Minnesota Lakers. But what do we do with the Timberwolves? Are there Timberwolves in Utah? There have to be.
Okay, let's see. What name do we trade with?
The Kings? Why would we?
Well, no, we're changing. We're switching.
We'll switch with the Royals in Kansas City,
or we can switch with Berkeley and be Cal.
What? So we're going to be the Sacramento Bears?
Sacramento Cal.
No, you have to take a team from the NBA's name.
Oh, come on.
Hey,
I know, Trailblazers.
Are there any Timberwolves in Utah? Oh, sorry, ChatGPT.
Could we be the Nuggets?
Are there?
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Utah?
Sacramento Nuggets.
You're talking about the actual animal, the gray wolf. Utah does occasionally have wolves wandering in from neighboring states, but they aren't common, and there's no established population.
All right, one more thing here. Hey, ChatGPT, I want you to come up with the most geographically or culturally fitting name for the Utah National Basketball Association franchise. Like for example, the Sacramento Kings or the Dallas Mavericks. taking Utah's rich history and what they're known for geographically, what would be a fitting name for their basketball team?
Utah's got such a unique identity. You've got those stunning red rock formations, the pioneer history, and the Great Salt Lake.
Oh, dude, I got it. The Utah Pioneers.
No, with current names. I
think current names.
Sacramento, I think our candidates are Nuggets or Heat.
Oh, okay. No, that's a great question.
I would go with Nuggets.
Hey, given take into account all the names in the NBA, Lakers, Knicks, Nuggets, Trailblazers, what, considering the geography and culture, do you think is the most appropriate name if you could take it from any of the 30 teams
no way it
for the
gets this.
Sacramento basketball franchise?
It's not going to understand.
Well, Sacramento's got that capital city pride, the farm to fork culture, and a deep connection to California history. If I had to pick from existing team names, something like the Kings actually fits quite well. But if I had to adopt another team's name, the Trailblazers could work.
Whoa!
Sacramento, after all, was a key hub in westward expansion and pioneering history. It's got that adventurous, forward-moving vibe that would resonate.
I mean, that's fine and all, but I think, Jason, I think you nailed it with the Nuggets.
Why? I said Trailblazers, and that's what
pretty good.
ChatGPT said.
Because we're known for Sacramento is known for the gold rush.
We give.
What is nuggety about Denver?
What if we give Denver the Bobcats? There's got to be Bobcats over there.
Denver should be the oh no, there's already Rockies. It should be like the Denver Mountains. Well, you're saying, but we're trying to switch all the way around.
Yes, we're switching.
Okay. Well, I think we should get the Nuggets.
If we become the Blazers, who does Portland become?
Portland Timberwolves would work. That's a great Northwest, Pacific Northwest.
Portland Thunder.
How about we name them the Sonics? Then everybody's happy.
What about the Heat? Or you said that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, man, I'm telling you, I think you nailed it with the Sacramento Nuggets. Why can't we just be the Sacramento Nuggets and whatever, Denver, best man wins?
We play for the name.
Then Denver wins.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I like the idea of royalty and kings and all that, but then again, is like Sacramento a regal city? Is that in our history? It is the seat of power.
Yeah.
Throne of power in California. Sacramento Farm to Forks. Be good mascots.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of forks.
If we're training with all teams, what if we were the Capitals?
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Yeah. Go Caps.
That would be the best. Well, why can't we be the Sacramento Capitals? That's hockey.
I guess there already is a tennis team called the Sacramento Capitals.
Are they still a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Ask
I mean, if they are, sorry.
Ask ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, what's the craziest thing Dave has asked you?
Hey, ChatGPT, are the Sacramento Capitals still a thing, active right now?
Nope. The Sacramento.
Nope.
Nope.
So then we can have them.
Yeah.
This is so dangerous. All right, we got a break, but ChatGPT, what's the craziest thing I've asked you?
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
Good thing you kept that low enough because we could not quite hear that.
Well, it shows the words right before she says it, and the first one was like, from asking me to create sports radio jingles. That's true. And then all I saw was Victoria's Secret. And I was like, I honestly don't remember that. I don't know what that would be, but I'm sure it's not as weird as you guys think.
I'm sure it's not.
I probably asked, why is it named Victoria's Secret or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, God. It also, remember, it shares it with my daughter, too, though. That could have gotten real. I would have much rather it have been something weird that I asked than, God forbid, how do I tell my father blank? We'll take a break. When we come back,
I told him it was a reading date.
Celebrity birthday. Celebrity birthdays and more coming up right after this.
The 10th annual Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration is Thursday, February 5th at the Golden One Center. Inducting the class of 2026, plus honoring all of our past inductees. See Sacramento's 50 greatest athletes of all time.
This is Bill Cartwright.
This is Jerry Royster.
This is Tony the Tiger Lopez.
This is Dusty Baker, proud member of the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame. Join us Thursday, February the 5th at the Golden One Center for Sacramento's best sports night of the year.
Get your tickets now at sacsportshof.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Celebrate the new year in style with a new Honda from Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. With new Hondas in stock and ready to go, now is the time to save on your favorite Honda in person or online. CRV, HRV, Pilot, Accord, Civic, and Ridgeline. It's a new year with endless possibilities. Get the deals that make it easy to say yes. Upgrade and save today at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients, participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey now. Low bell. There we go.
Yeah, it was half-hearted.
A half-hearted bell.
Are you guys not on?
So.
I don't think so either.
Oh, now
hello?
we are.
Yeah, there they are. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
Me, Maddie.
Jason has his headphones turned down to whisper, so I have to turn them up. And
I know we're in the same port.
We are.
Yeah,
we are
and you've
sharing
gone.
a port. I've gone.
Hello.
Is that too much? Did I go too far?
It's all right.
It's not like Deuce. Deuce used to destroy eardrums
I'll
with
have a headache.
how loud he would listen. Hi, Dave.
Just be careful, Matt. Just remember what they always say with the volumes. What they always say in our trainings: don't end up like Tom Maley.
Or Tom.
Tom has hearing issues, and
what?
All those years of rock DJing followed by that, his headphones used to be really loud.
I think my ears are going to go one day, too.
It happens.
My eyesight has gone downhill.
Bruh.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, well, I didn't wear glasses up until like 4 years ago. Now it's like, oh my God. But I can't imagine if my ears went. My memory's already shot.
So my wife has a hearing issue, and I can't see. So it's the perfect tandem. Perfect tandem.
One of each.
That's cute.
One of each, yeah.
That's not weird because I thought she was the one that couldn't see.
Wow.
Because she married me?
Oh!
Chris Blood.
Comedian
Hey,
over
Matt.
there.
Hi.
Are you one of those people like me that just, if I had 3 wishes from a genie, one of them would be for Chris to have kids?
That's a great wish. I never thought about that.
That would be one of your wishes if you had 3 is to have Chris have a kid.
Listen, everyone needs to take one of those 3 wishes and just waste one of them, right? And that's
the waste.
That's what you want to do is a waste a wish.
There's 18 years of entertainment that we get out of Christopher Laud being a parent.
Hilarious. By the way, Chris already calling his unborn children a waste.
Oh, no.
No, I wouldn't ruin, if I had 3 wishes, I wouldn't ruin it by giving someone else a kid.
Do you name your son and or daughter after a Manchester City current or former player?
Yeah, probably.
Your son's like
it's Erling Verlaat.
Sophisticated.
Here is random wrestler Verlaat.
Sergio Nomar Verlaad.
I like that.
I would love to see you parent someday, Chris, because I feel like some of it would be amazing. And also some of it, there'd be a lot of like, wow, I didn't realize this, or, oh, now I get it all this time, these things you said. But maybe not. Maybe your kids don't. Who knows?
Wasn't Yaya Toure a Man City player?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yaya Verlaad.
Yaya Toure Verlaad.
Yaya Verlaad.
Coming to work in their USSR onesies. Anyway, Jason?
Why would my kid work at 1?
Why would your kid what?
Work at 1. At 1 year, 1 years of age?
You said
1
my
year of
kid would
age?
be coming into work with the USSR onesie.
Oh, because
Get him started young.
Nah, Chris would for sure have a chore chart at age 2. Like,
Get him started
start
young.
carrying your weight.
According to your means.
Board's not going to run itself.
Right. And everybody does the same amount of work for the same amount of reward. Because Chris is a communist.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, there we go.
See, it's funny when you say that, Dave, because you make it sound like it's a bad thing.
Oh, there goes 10% of our audience, but that's fine. It's the end of our show. Sorry about your lead-in. Celebrity Birthday is brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, do you have 6 Crumble Cookies and 5 friends? You don't get to keep them. Give 1 to each. That's the Christopher Laud way. Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies. Yum.
Happy birthday today to Greg
Olson.
Biffle.
Who?
Miller.
Great.
Biffle?
Biffle,
The
I think.
racer?
Greg.
Papa.
Who?
Oh.
Popovich.
There we go.
Oh my
Greg
gosh.
Popovich. How old's Popovich today?
I saw him walking the other day.
no,
Did not look good.
I did not like that clip at
I didn't
all.
either.
It made me very sad.
Me too.
Wow, you'd rather him be in a wheelchair. Weird.
No, I'd rather him be the Popovich that I knew and loved growing up that would yell and intimidate.
You loved him?
I loved Popovich growing up, except for when the Kings would lose to them in the playoffs. Michael Finley.
Greg Papa is 77.
Popovich.
That was what I was thinking.
78.
It's Popovich.
I'll do 76.
78.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Carmichael Dave. Happy 77th birthday to Greg Popovich. How about Dante
Culpepper?
Wilder?
Culpepper. Yeah, Chris is
Green.
correct.
Dante
Former
Culpepper.
mountain lion.
Yes.
Former mountain lion.
Dante Green. I love that guy.
Dante Culpepper is
Dante-
how old today?
Dante Culpepper
Culpepper.
is 48.
No.
Oh, that old? I was going to say 41.
No. 50.
Huh?
47.
We have a tie between Dave and Kayla. 49th
Yeah,
birthday.
I was like, he's definitely up there.
God.
It wasn't like he was 22 on the Mountain Lions, dude.
No, I didn't know. I was not watching Mountain Lions football. I was
watching Greg Popovich.
Playing video games.
Happy birthday to Andre.
The Giant.
Iguodala.
Galarraga.
Who?
Iguodala.
Andre Iguodala.
Give me Iguodala. Dave, are you going first?
Yeah,
40. Set the tone.
44.
46.
41.
42.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Laud. Happy 42nd birthday to Andre Iguodala. Let's see. Where can we go here? Oh, from my family, Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
Yeah.
It's fun at the campouts and the barbecues.
I bet it is.
Rick Ross is 48.
I think he's 51.
49.
50.
We have a correct answer. Christopher Laud. This is 2 in a row. Look out.
5-0.
50, huh?
Yeah.
Three's never been done, right?
4's never been done. Let's see. Well, Chris, I'm going to do this one for you. Wrestler Sheamus.
Ooh. He lives in Nashville.
He's
Really?
a WWE
Yeah.
guy. Chris doesn't
Yeah.
like WWE guys.
You don't have to go first. That's only if it's for 4 in a row. So you can.
Sheamus?
Yeah.
There's actually a wrestler named Sheamus?
Yeah.
He says
He has
fella.
red hair.
He looks exactly the way you would think.
Yep.
He was in studio with us once.
He's a
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah.
He is 42.
I think you're right in the right ballpark. 43.
44.
46.
Not a correct answer, but Chris is closest. 48th birthday.
No way. He's almost 50. He looks great.
How about Joey?
Buttafuoco.
Oh!
No.
Estes.
Fatone.
Dave's right. Joey Fatone. Which
Tone.
no,
In
was
sync,
he in
baby.
sync? Okay,
In
yeah.
sync.
Joey Fatone
Joey
is
Fat
how
one.
47.
He's 50.
49.
52.
We have a correct answer. Matt George.
Hey!
49?
Yeah.
Gee.
I had no idea who that was.
Getting up there.
Local product, made good. Jermaine Dye.
Oh, my boy.
We went to the same college.
You did?
My boy. A's legend.
Casunas.
Jermaine Dye is 48.
Gosh. How old's Mark Kotze?
2005 ALCS MVP.
I'm gonna
World Series MVP.
I'll say 51.
48.
49.
Matt George is closest. 52.
Yeah, Jermaine, my boy.
Struck out.
There you go.
Lots of Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Spurs talk today, guys. What's going on?
We actually talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot yesterday. I think it absolutely should be the Spurs. The Spurs or the Thunder are the two teams that can make that cannot refuse treasure trove offer. So I think it's going to be between those two. But yeah, he should go to San Antonio. He'll win a title immediately.
Also, Matt, quit copying our, hey, how disappointed would you be if the Kings didn't make a trade bit? Because everybody thinks now that the Kings are feeding us stuff and we're prepping everybody to.
No, that's what I said on the show. I said Scott Perry told Carmichael Dave to prepare us that, anyway.
That's where it came from. All right, so more of King's talking points coming up with Matt and Dylan right after this.
Listen to the #1 sports lineup in Sacramento.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt George, and Kayla Anderson. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and